All right, good morning, everybody. If you can hear me and if I sound all right, if you could hit that number 1, that would be fantastic. Again, if you can hear me audio-wise and it sounds good, and as far as I can tell, it should sound good, but let's just make sure. Raspberry, Brian, Bradley, Mark, Nam, Greg, Trucking, Batch. Very good. Perfect. Okay, really quickly, for those of you that watch this in the archive, if you want to continue to have something to watch in the archive, then as of now, this is totally viewer supported. There's no sponsorships, nothing like that. So using code CLAY, all caps, has a very, very impactful and kind of real life sense on whether or not the live stream continues and therefore whether or not you have something to continue to watch in the archive. So if you do enjoy and you want to help support code CLAY, all caps with any of these prop firms I recommend Take Profit Trader, but wherever you're at in your journey, whoever you are using, like I said, these are the ways that you can, like I said, help support the stream, save yourself money, take advantage of whatever the current best discounts are at any of these prop firms. Code CLAY will get you that. So, like I said, I appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for letting me get that out real quick, just so I can stay very, very transparent and communicative from a business sense about what needs to happen in order for all this to continue. All right, well, good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, March 24th. The year is 2026. And I don't know what to think about today. I would say this. I've been distracted. Take Profit Trader CEO was on another live stream, so I was watching that. And I think that's been a very good thing, because sometimes it's one thing to look back at the action and you can sit there and be like, oh, I would have done this, I would have done that. Oh, man, if I'm being honest with myself, I think I would have gotten absolutely destroyed and cooked and tricked, because this has just been just not really it. Maybe, again, this is hindsight confirmation bias. Maybe I could have played some rejections off the purple line there, that 50%. But I don't know. That's just me kind of potentially also talking out of my backside with hindsight confirmation bias. So a distracted morning, haven't really been paying that close of attention. However, that was just kind of my long way of saying I think that might be a good thing, that I wasn't really necessarily paying attention. So yeah, anyways, friendly reminder for those of you that always ask, hey Clay, I enjoy, and I'll hit the like button, but you have to remind me, because I always forget. So here you go. First reminder, if you've been here before and you know you're going to enjoy, hit that like button. It makes a big difference. It helps out quite a bit. And if you've never been here before, welcome. Great to have you. But no need to hit the like button in your situation. But yeah, if you have been here before, then yeah, please hit that like button. It matters. It makes a difference. So how are your days going though so far? Green, red, terrible, great, worst day ever, best day ever, got chopped to pieces, got to pay out, blew up an account, passed an account. Where are all your days going? So how are your days going so far? Red, greed. Up 77, one account, and about 47. Good job. Still following the rules, Krager. I know that's kind of where you're at right now. You're focused on following those rules. Okay. Down 500. God, it's good. Green, red. Hey, rookie. Mitt, blue 3, 1 day. Yeah, today's one of those days I get the blown accounts, because again, as I said, I was distracted, but I think that was actually in hindsight has probably turned out to be a profitable distraction, because I think this is something, and I'm curious about this line here, but I don't know if this line is going to be as straightforward as what it appears. But I mean, this does seem like if we are going with just sideways channel action, which seems to be safe at this point, that does seem like a key area of support down there. So trying to keep an eye on that. 5T, oh nice, 5 TPTs passed big trade yesterday, so taking off today. Nice. I'm in the green on the paper account. I'm meaning on the test account, Matt, or do you mean like a full-blown paper account, like where you have zero skin in the game? Like what type is that? Group 50, haven't gotten a new 150. You going to take a little break from the 150s for now, or Maxismo, hello? Or Machismo? I've been trading with maximum caution lately, today, even on this, pretty modest trades. And then, like I said, I did get distracted. But I don't know. Today, I hope things pick up the pace here a little bit. But given kind of just the news cycle and where it's at right now, not really any news scheduled. I think the whole market is kind of just tiptoeing around the news. Okay, did talks happen? Did they not happen? If they did happen, are they actually going? I don't know. Kind of a lot of unknowns, it seems like, out there right now. And it's almost like the market is, factoring that in. Like, yeah, we don't quite know, so we're going to kind of just chill out right now. It's my demo account. Okay, Matt. So in other words, you don't have any skin in the game. So 0 skin in the game, right? Even though I realize, well, prop firm is like a demo, kind of, but not really, because at least with the prop firm in a test account, you did have to pay for the thing. So you do have skin in the game. Not a lot of skin, which again is the point of prop firms, but at least some skin in the game. Just setting goals will work on the eval that I had before getting. Sounds like a. Well, I don't know. I think that was probably a good decision, Brian, in hindsight now, because I don't know. Even this started off looking strong. That could have been a nice little consolidation. Like, I'm not calling anybody crazy for saying, okay, let me buy the pullback here. Nice surge, pullback. Let's see if we can get the surge, pullback, and go. But no, it was a surge, pullback. Acted like maybe it wanted to go right here and then just dumped down through. So even from that angle, it's like, man, I can see some longs getting punched in the face on that one. But, all right, well, the question right now is, I think I have to at least try. This has bounced from this yellow line several times before. So I will try a long down here. I'm going small because, I don't know, it's just a time where it chops down through. Maybe, but yeah, I will go for a long at that green line. Nothing fancy here at all other than the fact of, well, it's bounced from this area several times before. Will history repeat itself once again, or am I about to be the guy that buys at the time where history does not repeat itself? Maybe we're about to find out here. So looking to get long at the green line. How many times does the support hold? Well, hopefully one more time for me. If it comes down here, I'm hoping for at least just one more time. Well, yeah, Matt, if you can't be profitable at all in a demo account where there's 0 skin in the game, then yeah, you definitely are not going to be profitable with a prop or with real money or anything like that. I mean, you should really actually be crushing it. But on that note, if you are crushing it and like, man, I'm doing so good in this purely demo account, it's like, okay, just realize that when you have skin in the game, it gets different. Well, what makes it different? Well, the voices start to show up because we all have voices in our head. And the way to introduce yourself to these voices is you got to have some skin in the game. But yeah, if you can't make money without any voices showing up, then you're definitely not. Whoa, okay. All right, I'm gonna try it. In. Uh-oh. Come on, momentum. All right, I'll take that scalp out. That looks like a potential news candle. Or at least a tweet candle. Oh yeah, that's wow. Huh? That's 100 point. Yeah, that was a 100-point move there. Really? Yeah, here. Okay, over 100-point move now. That I did not realize that. Okay, yeah, there is something. I mean, it definitely was not it was definitely not 200 points. 200 points would be way up here. But it was at least for me, sneakily a 100-point move. You were long, good job with one micro. I don't know. I'm assuming there is a tweet or something. That definitely was. Is it one of these where it's just going to drop right back down? I might try it now on the backside here. I got to be careful. This is actually moving. Wow. Yeah, I think, did I make $100 on just 3 MNQs? I got smoked on way back down. Uh-oh. Did you chase it? Yeah, that looks like more so some kind of tweet or something. Yep, you chased. Yeah, I kind of chased too, but I mean, it just seemed like genuine momentum. So I figured I could get a little bit more out of it, and I did. Get out of here. Shoe fly, don't bother me. I got short at 320. Oh, nice trade. Ballsy trade. Ballsy, but good job. That was a falling wedge breakout. Was there a falling wedge? I'm not saying there's not one there, but I didn't see a... Oh, no. We're not going to play this game. I'm not going to have a fly bothering me the entire live stream. Did anybody see anything out there? Well, I mean, somebody said it broke out of... I would just call this a sideways channel at this. I mean, that was just choppy, choppy, choppy. I don't know if I'd call any of that stuff a wedge, personally. What up? Gave back my profits and blew my account. On that move right there, John? That's one of those where shorts, if you were not careful, cooked. Again, I'm still looking at like, wait, that was because it felt so slow today. And if like this candle was like maybe a 40, 50 point candle, but no, that thing was up over 150 point move. Okay, I mean, I'm not complaining. This action is fine by me. It was just sneakily violent. Nothing though? No, usually some of you you're on the ball with the tweets and stuff like that. Nothing out there? No, I should have gotten off. Did it to myself in the chop. Oh, yeah. The chop it's been rough. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Why couldn't I had for those of you that are maybe just showing up, I had a buy order down here, and it was coming down. Like, why couldn't you have just come down a little bit more, filled me, and then done that? That would have been fun. Hey, morning, Judah. Iran open to outreach. What do you mean they're open to outreach? I thought they already were. We were already talking to them. Who needs how? Well, I don't even know if this is the case anymore. But like, are soap operas even a thing anymore? It seems like all you got to do is turn on the news. All right, I might try a 32. Believe they were 9 in Arctic talks. Previously, they were denying director in talks. Drex were happening, nor they were interested. Oh, it's oil down? Ooh, okay, all right. Oh, ooh, this is cooking. This is cooking, boy. Yeah, so that sounds, what Mike is saying, seems like a plausible thing. I ran open outreach. Unless somebody sees out something different. Let's see here. It has bounced it from the lows, so it's okay, I'm short. Just one MCL. Still trying to, I'm not like an oil expert trader. But this at least gives me a little opportunity if I want to add in a couple more. Can short oil here. Trying to add in another one right there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to add in 2 more if it wants to come back down. So I suppose technically adding to a winner, since my ad would be slightly below my average point. Okay. Looking to add some more at the red line. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, come down some more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Oh, hey. What? That was a joke. Well, okay. And then, yeah, the markets are now, okay. Okay, now what's the news? So this news was fake news? Is that what we learned here? What again? Welcome to the soap opera. Yeah, I mean, brother. Don't, come on. Are you kidding me? What an idiot. Why would you get out? I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. It was spiking against me, and yeah, sorry. Because I'm an idiot, I guess. I don't know. And by the way, I'm not laughing because I'm not taking it seriously. I'm laughing because sometimes with me, it's like a good coping mechanism to ensure that I don't lose my mind. It doesn't always work, but sometimes for me, like I said, the best medicine is just to kind of laugh at it and be like, what a joke. Went from 300 down, MNQ to up 11. Yeah, good job, Mitmont. I'm not sure what's going on, but I like it. Yeah. We'll see how long you like it until you get in one of the trades I just had, William. Man, that was... Well, I'll try to be positive about it. At least it didn't come down there, fill me with my extra 2, and then spike up like that. Am I stupid? I kind of want to get long down in this area here. I mean, mainly due to the lower shadows, which are representing buyers. This does represent buying pressure. So if the price comes back around in this area, I mean, are there still buyers on here? Or am I about to just get suckered in for another dump? I don't know. 11 a.m. Gulf states weigh military options to counter Iran's escalation. Wouldn't that be sending oil up, though? I would think, right? If they're going to now, if they start to step in. Okay, here's, I don't know. That is what's one. One is not going to kill me either way. All right, I'm going to give it a try down here, see if there are still the buyers down there. There we go. Okay. Now, of course, I wish I would have went with a lot more than what I did, but hey. What are you going to do? That's hindsight for you. Should have went with like 5 of them. Should have went with 80 of them. I don't know. There's been U.S. outreach and Tehran willing to listen. Lots of mixed messages. Yeah, mixed messages that matched up pearly here. We're also getting mixed messages in the market too. Oh, let's be strong. Oh, let's spaz out. Oh, let's go straight back up. And unfortunately for me, I seek no pity. I stepped into the soap opera, and I got slapped across the face. So I seek no pity. It's just I can't play the victim card, but it was still just frustrating nonetheless. Iran says they're open to negotiations, says they're giving... Okay, yeah, I mean... Who knows? I'm tempted again. Same general premise. All these lower shadows represent buying pressure, and that one buy I took down there, hey, there's buying pressure and it bounced back up, but... I don't know. If I were to get short here, I mean, I'm looking to be that'd be a scalpy scalp because I have zero plans of it actually fighting down through all this, buying pressure. But I mean, does it at least drift down here? Maybe, but yeah, I don't want to get too fancy for myself here. Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, always greatly appreciated. It makes a surprisingly big difference. So if you don't mind hitting that like button, it goes a long ways. Every news outlet completely biased one way or the other. None of the news is objective or accurate. Yeah, in this day and age, I think it is wise to consume multiple news sources, including the ones that you would say is garbage. Fine. Well, still, you can still watch those and use some critical thinking skills. No, we're going to just chop back and forth here. Well, I at this point, even if it does just quote unquote, let's just say it chops back and forth from here down to here, that's still a 100-point range. So I can't really complain too much about a 100-point range. How did my day go? It's fine. Like I said earlier, I was distracted a little bit. Was watching the Take Profit Trader CEO after, I think it was a good PR move on their part to kind of clarify what's going on. Because, yeah, I have an email and I'm like, could you guys maybe hook me up with a little bit more information? Like, why did I have people on my live stream today question if you guys are going bankrupt or not? Like, and then you look on Twitter and you got all these people. It's just, no, granted, it's Twitter. It's a dumpster fire, as always. But, yeah. I like him. He seems like a good down-to-earth guy. But yeah, it sounds like per the norm. Once you get more details, it's like, okay, there are two sides to every story. But also, in his defense, he's like, listen, perhaps we overlooked, perhaps we're not understanding the stats that we're looking at. And given, I think it was a whopping out of their 90,000 plus people, it was what? I think they said 277 people were kicked off. So of the 0.3% of people kicked off, they're like, hey, you know what? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe there's something wrong. And if we did, well, those people can come back on. But yes, that was pretty sure, if I remember right, out of the 90,000 plus traders they have, 277 were kicked off. But anyways, that's just my long way of saying I was distracted this morning, which I think was a good thing. So I didn't make a whole lot of trades because this morning I think it was pretty choppy, very tricky. And I could have seen myself getting punched in the face. The best things to do now is not trade at all. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. That depends on the person's strategy. Maybe some people, they love this choppy whipsaw action, right? Range traders are probably pretty happy with things. Okay, so if this looks like it's about to break up, then oil should be looking like it might want to break down. Nope, that's not. Oh yeah, rookie, bummer. Yeah. Yeah, that is a rule violation. Dumb money, I got abused. Well, dumb money, I appreciate your transparency. That takes guts to share numbers like that. When each bar is moving 50 points, you should be able to make some money. So how much money are you up, Zooks? All right. right, so is this a... See, I mean, it seems so obvious now, right? I'm sitting here talking about all the buying pressure and how this represents, and oh, look, we're getting the bounce. The trade of 8 o'clock at... Yeah, but I mean... Okay, but rookie, like why... If you're already at your profit target and you're just needing to do a flip trade, what, like, just buy and sell real quick. Why did you have an open trade? Like, why was there a trade open for more than a second? Unless I'm not understanding what you're saying. But if you're at your profit target and you were simply just doing a flip trade, why were you in that flip trade for more than a second? What's gold up to? Oh, gold, not... Again, okay. Why were you in a flip trade for more than a second? Do you know how to do a flip trade? Like if you need a flip day, in other words, like you just need to record a trade for the day so it counts as a trade day, so you can get working towards that 5-day number. Just do a flip trade, meaning you go to like MNQ, you do one, and then literally you just buy sell as fast as you can. There you go. I thought maybe need to hold for a minute or so. Nope, not. To be fair, I mean, maybe there's some prop firms out there that require that. So I'm not going to call you crazy for thinking that, because that does exist, I think, with some prop firms. But not with Take Profit Trader. There's no scalping rule. Yeah, you just have to record a day, Philly. Yeah, so they can be read. Ooh, kind of like this. I gotta be careful. That's 5 is actually, today is sneakily aggressive. I want to get long here. Come on, push. Oh, you're not gonna fill me? Fine, I'll go for a little bit more then. Come on. Come on. All right. Dude. I know. Technically breaking my rules here. Is it greed or trust in the chart? I don't know. I really like that candle there. But maybe I've just gotten greedy, because I had the scalpy scalp multiple times now. So is it greed or am I trusting in the formation here? Fine line. Okay, I'm going to go for my first target. Just in case there's a spike. Come on. Push. The lack of movement here is starting to freak me out. I would have thought this candle would have given a little bit quicker follow through, but oh, got him, coach. No, I didn't get him. Oh, I thought I had it. There's a fly here, for those of you that are not aware. Come on. Oh my goodness. This dude is... Who? Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta... Constantly. Please leave me alone. Yeah, I would not count on that rookie. The number or the rules are pretty black and white on that one. Yeah, there is no fly. Come on. Push. 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 There's my first target, just in case it gets rejected at the 200 period moving average. Come on. Push. Go. Go. All right, for my mental sanity, I got to put my stop here now. This needs to be a green trade. So either break out now or stop me out for a slight green, but I'm not... For my mental sanity, this needs to be a green trade. So I know my stop is very tight, but like I said, I'm doing mental management right now, if anything. For my mental well-being, this needs to now be a green trade. And if it costs me missing out on, it comes down, stops me out, and then goes, so be it. Dude, like, can you... Thank you, brother. All right, next target up here in case it double tops. Like I said, right now I took that one off there because there's a very credible threat. It gets smacked back down by that 200 period, but no guarantees. That's why I'm going to let it work for me. Okay, if it can get up close to that second target, I'm moving my stop up. In fact, we're good enough now. Let me move it right there. So worst case now, I'm making about 14 points. You know what? Let's see if it actually wants to break out. Why not? Let's just play ball. Let's play ball. Again, entry was right here. My stop is right here. So like I said, worst case on these final two contracts, making about 14 points. Next target is up here. See if it wants to break through this high right here. Oh, if it breaks through, I bet I can get more than that. Let's see. There's the... Oh, it did... Oh, whew. It broke through and barely budged. So maybe a fake breakout trade here. If I was not already long, I'd be thinking maybe a short, basically right where my my stop is at. Come on. Get back up there. All this on very pitiful volume, by the way. Look at the volume down here. I'm about to be stopped out. All right, stopped out. So, yeah, I mean, fine. Fine trade. Took a little patience. I did get my first target at least. I would have gotten my second target, though, wouldn't I have? Now, in hindsight, had I not moved it up. Clay would make a good birthing coach. That's funny. Okay, Mad, what required minute? What required minute are you talking about? And you kind of wonder why, brother, because you're asking, like, why you put me in timeout? This would be yet another example, because it seems like you're always just trying to, like, troll. All right, maybe a short up here. And then just put the stop up over here. Did you watch the piece on 60 Minutes on how we don't build ship? No, I didn't even, honestly, I didn't even know 60 Minutes was still a thing. But, so no, I did not watch it. But what do you mean we don't build ship? Microsoft and NVIDIA announced AI collaboration on nuclear energy. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well, it's heading back up, like I said, to this area here. What do you think about VCX? What is VCX a stock? Yeah, I think you're begging to get destroyed in something like that. I think they're. Well, I don't know, Rody. Are you asking from a day trading standpoint or what? Because day trading stuff like that is just it makes no mathematical sense at all in this day and age. Day trading stuff like that, no sense. Mathematically provable, no sense. Our shipbuilding capacity is terrible, especially ING ships. You have any video? Again, Rody, my point is this. Don't day trade stocks like that. There are better ways. That's what I'm trying to convey to you. All you're doing is you need way more capital, you have way more risk, you need massive moves, and yet you make less money compared to day trading futures through a prop firm. The risk profile on day trading stock, any stocks, but especially stocks like that, makes zero mathematical sense. Well, Clay, look how much it moved. I understand that. But when you look at it through the risk of capital required and the lens of risk, the math suggests it makes no sense at all. And that's what math is. Math is logic. Which is why if there's 4 chickens there and somebody's like, dude, there's 7, you're literally going to call that person crazy. Like, you're either stupid. Why are they stupid? Because they don't understand logic. Or they think there's 7 there. But because there's literally only 4, they are crazy. So when I say it doesn't make any sense to day trade stocks in this day and age, I mean that mathematically. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Liquefied natural gas. Oh, interesting. Right? Like, how much capital do you have right now? I mean, you need thousands of dollars to even pick up a few shares of that one. You only saw 3 chickens? Well, then you crazy. Would be interested in a short up around this orange line here. This is the previous session close. Still got a ways to get up there. I don't know why, but in my experience at least, the market tends to it cares about that previous session close. So I like to use it. Okay, so Christian, can you just confirm you are a troll? Will you just confirm that? So if he doesn't even reply to this, that would also be confirmation. You got to know your chicken. Chicken, you got to know your chicken. Who knows this song? I do not know that song. All right, Ez B. Millie. Okay, I remember him from Friday, the Dunning-Kruger guy. So we'll see if he has learned from his ways or not. PDC 100. Oh, boy. These cool abbreviations. What's PDC stand for? Count your chickens before they all hatch? Yes, that's the saying. Natural gas could be the next silver. Well, we'll see what happens. If it is, then I don't know. Maybe I'll become a natural gas addict like I was a silver addict for a while. Previous day close. Oh, okay. Gotcha. See, I don't like that term day because that's not how futures work. Like, they're not open like day by day. They're open session by session. That's just why I call it previous session close. Yeah, you could probably do previous market close. That'd probably be fair. But given the market's only closed in the futures market, just an hour a day, and I don't know. It's very difficult to talk about days. Like, okay, so no, it's just I don't know. In my mind, I think you got to talk about sessions. Like this session, obviously, I don't know about obviously if you're not familiar with futures, but this session goes till 5 p.m. Eastern, and then a new session starts an hour later at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is one of the nice things about futures. You're open pretty much around the clock. All right, I am watching orange line appear again. Previous session close. Looking for a potential short up there. What's oil doing? Okay, oil maybe drop. I would be interested in another long on oil down around here because there's quite a few of lower shadows down here. So I'll try to keep an eye on oil, but I also like MNQ short up around here. Again, be very careful with your position sizing today. The market is deceivingly fast. If you get your position size wrong, and I've done it before here, not only over my career, I've done it on the live stream before, where I'm like, ooh, that added up a little quicker than what I thought. All right, John, have a good one. All right, I just can't do Christian Garcia. I don't even know if that's a real person. All right, let's flip back over here to oil. Yeah. So an oil wouldn't mind like a something like this. Buy here, stop below the lows. But I also want to keep an eye on MNQ. So I'm flipping back and forth here. Kind of all over the place. I'm glad I'm not trading today. Why are you not trading today? Your 3 contracts in silver trade come to mind in being... No, my one silver trade was way bigger than that. I think. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was maxed out. Yeah, the craziest, probably craziest futures trade I've ever taken, yeah. When I was on tilt. And now oil bounces. All right, well, I'm just trying to remain patient. At the office today, government comp, can't use my personal laptop. Ah, gotcha. Requesting my first payout from Lucid Leader. I have heard they are quick. Congrats, Zach. Yes, there you go. Code Clay, all caps with Lucid, guaranteed payouts apparently. Yeah, I've heard they're very, very fast too. So, but good job, Zach. Way to get a payout. Good job. What oil am I trading? This is the micro, but the MCLK, the K contract. Yeah, gold. Rookie, what? Remind him what size account you have. I've gotten 6 paid. All right, nice. Yeah, I've heard they're very fast. 50K? Okay, well then, because you got the 50K and you paid 102, a reset is $100. So you would want to reset because you're saving $2. Now, if you're on the 25K, you would not want to reset because you just want to cancel and then go buy a new one, right? Because a reset is $100, but yet the 25K is only 90. On the 150K account, you definitely would want to reset because a reset is $100. So instead of paying 216 again, just reset it for $100. So yes, definitely. In other words, anything from 50K, from 50K on up, you would want to reset because it is with Take Profit Trader. It is $100 across the board to reset an account. So yeah, go save yourself $2. I can tell you right now, they're not going to let it slide. They 100% are not going to let it slide. Yeah, maybe some people would call it rigid, but they are very fair. I appreciate, as somebody that does, with claytrader.com, there is the business element, customer service. I really appreciate their fact that, listen, we apply, it's equal to everybody. There's no gray. It is what it is. That way nobody can be like, well, hey, you made exception for such and such, but you're not going to do it for me. And then the rumors, I think it's a very smart business move, especially in this day and age of social media where people just like to come up with conspiracies. Take Profit Trader, who I usually recommend, pays out very fast. And they are one of the very few, if maybe only, prop firms that have daily payouts. So once you're in the pro account, you can request money every single day if you want. Whereas other prop firms, it doesn't mean they're scams or anything, but you can only make payouts every certain amounts of time. Yes, thank you, Travis. Yeah, $100 to reset a test account. Never reset a pro though, because that skews the math not in your favor. All right, oil going up. Maybe a pullback, or maybe buy a pullback here. We'll see. Well, but it's not, Boat. Yeah, maybe in their payouts, but Take Profit Trader still has a very clean set of rules. So yeah, I agree in probably some ways, but not in all ways. All right, SB Millie. Well, thank you. That's why I like 150K. Yes, exactly, Greg. The pot for okay, I can't talk about that right now. Remind me though, somebody to bring up the bang for your buck approach. All right, I do like this, and I'm gonna try along right there. See if we can get a bounce here up off of this 200 period moving average. So looking to get long at the green line if it wants to come up here. All right, never mind on that one. A little bit too far down now on the risk profile. We'll look for another potential buy down here at the dotted yellow line. Okay, yeah, don't give me the reminder right now. I'm still potentially right in the middle of taking a trade. So I would assume oil's still going up right now. Ooh, oil right here at the 50 period moving average. 60. All right, here we go. Maybe a long down around this area. I'm not going to just blindly buy. I want to see some sort of form of confirmation. If that means I missed something, then so be it. Well, in my book, you never know everything. Yeah, the good thing about life, though, is you don't have to know everything. With trading, do you have to know everything? No. You have to know key principles, but like, do you have to understand Fibonacci fans and Fibonacci this? And then, I mean, the Andrews pitchfork, and I still have no idea what, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So do you have to know everything about trading? No. There does reach a point where all you're going to do is, create paralysis by analysis. Okay, yeah, that is what it's called. Yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but like, can't say I really know anything about it. So the idea with one of it is just... Okay, so just really quick, the bang for your buck model would be this. So the first step one of bang for your buck model, and just in general, is like you will blow accounts. Don't lie to yourself like, all right, I'm going to buy this prop account and it's going to be like, I'm never going to blow it. I'm always just going to... No, you are completely not being realistic. So that's premise number one. You need to accept the fact you will blow accounts. That's part of prop firm trading. So with that premise, now it becomes, okay, well, what do I want to get for my $100? Because with Take Profit Trader, if you blow an account, you can try again, aka a reset fee of $100. So on that note, that's where you have to look at the pricing. So for the 50K, for $100, what is that getting you? That's getting you 50K in purchasing power. It's getting you a $2,000 drawdown. Or for the same $100, do you want 150K in purchasing power or $4,500 in drawdown? Again, same $100. What do you want for that $100? Now, I'm not saying this is the way you should think about it. I'm just saying if you're looking at kind of as I've kind of coined it, the bang for your buck model, then the 150K makes a lot of sense because you are going to blow accounts. Don't lie to yourself. So when you do the blow of the account and you try again, reset it for the $100, what do you want that $100 to get you? Do you want it to get you 50K in buying power, or do you want it to get you 150K in buying power? Because it's $100 across the board. Now, not all prop firms are like that. Some maybe, the reset is dependent on but with Take Profit Trader, it's just clean across the board, $100 reset. So that's just one way of thinking about it. The buffer is always the drawdown. So on Take Profit Trader, when you get to the pro account, the buffer, you just have to ask yourself, okay, well, what was my drawdown on the test phase? That becomes your buffer on the pro. Correct, rookie. Yeah. Hey, we need to get 9 more likes here in the next 7 minutes. For those of you that are maybe new, likes are a very important metric for me as somebody that's trying to manage my time wisely. Given I have a family, I'm at the point of life, right? I'm an old guy. I'm a dad. I want to manage my time wisely. I want to make sure I'm using my time towards things that people are finding valuable. Now, the only way I know how to quantify that metric via live stream is the like button. So I've learned that if people are enjoying, if people are finding it valuable, I should be able to at least get to 100 likes within the hour mark on the live stream. And if I don't, that's okay, but that would just be a signal to me, all right, just wave the white flag, we'll call it an hour live stream, and I'll go on with my merry day. So yes, if you are enjoying in any way, shape, or form, do we want to keep the party going metric, it actually has very impactful effects. So yes, hit that like button if you are enjoying as we kind of head back up here. All right, oh, there we go. I guess I just had to do was offer up the reminder. What's the longest you've kept an account? I don't know. I think close to 2 months. Have you been here before, Keisha? We had another Keisha once. Is that you under a new name, or are you totally separate? You wide would keep you in the room or kick you outside so that you would not. Yeah, maybe right now that's true, Todd. But when I get out to the homestead, I mean, there's a lot of stuff I can do out there. Which the basement is coming across crazy quick. The footings were getting poured yesterday. I think the walls start to get poured tomorrow. So yeah, these guys are hustling and take advantage of the good weather right now. Yeah, so you're probably not wrong there, totally there, Todd. But yes, once we get out to the homestead, I mean, you guys are going to be competing against chickens. Like, should I go get some eggs or should I just, I'm telling you, it's going to be intense. Are you building a secret room bunker? Well, I mean, if I was building a secret room bunker, do you think I would tell you that I'm building a secret room bunker? Anybody read that? No, that's why I finish around here. We preach the racehorse model, so you don't even have to worry about that. So maybe this next go around, get a few tests passed before you activate any of them to pro. That way, if you do blow a pro, you don't have to even face the battle of a reset. You just go and grab another test account that's already been passed. Do I have any cool plans? No, not necessarily. Right now, my main focus is just internet. I mean, I do have Starlink out there, but I think I want to get another internet and try to bond them together. So that's actually I don't want to call it a stress point, but that is definitely my top priority right now. Before I really think about anything else office-wise, I just want to make sure that I get a good, stable internet connection. Hi, Clay. Will you do stock trades ever again? No, that absolutely not. Ariel, why are you not doing futures, Ariel? Why are you not day trading futures in a prop firm, Ariel? Let me ask you that. What's holding you back? Oh, yeah, we did watch a little bit of Clarkson's Farm, but believe it or not, with 6 kids, life gets kind of busy. So no, we have not. We have seen it, but we fell way behind. All right, maybe a short here. I am short. I'll take that scalpy scalp. I'll take that little scalpy scalp. Why not? Why not? You got 5, Judah? Yeah. Yep. Well, not to mention right now we're in the, again, we've been in the design process for the house for a while. My wife did it all herself. But now we've just started the building. So but there's still lots of decisions need to be made, just random stuff. Like we want to have a root cellar. Okay, well, where do you want the venting for that? Oh crap, I don't know. I didn't really think about that. So it's just like stuff along the way. I think yeah. Well, right now I've kind of put my foot in the ground. I'm like, listen, we're not talking any other animals until we prove we can at least keep chickens alive. Use AI to help design. Yep. Well. But my wife, it's all been designed at this point. My wife, she likes to do that stuff. She's done a good job. I wish I had those problems. I'm still renting. Hey, you'll get there, Judah. You'll get there. Where do you live at? I bought and closed a position within less than 7 seconds. Oh my goodness. There is no scalping rule. Again, that's why Take Profit Trader is what I would call the king of the business for many rules, including that. Simple rules. No scalping rule. No consistency rule. No scaling rule. How's the internet there? I don't know. That's what I'm a little not stressed out about. I'll have access to Starlink. And then there's another one out there called Nextlink that I never heard of before. But they offer some good speeds too. But I want to be able to bond them together. Again, I asked, I think last week, some of you were like, yeah, I know what you mean when you say internet bonding. And I'm like, good. When that time comes, I'll be picking your brains here. But yeah, the house we have in town right now, we will not be putting this thing on the market until, because I have fiber here. So fiber is not going to be available out there. But yes, I will seek your wisdom at that point. But yeah, we're still a ways away from that point. You have to wear bib overalls. That's not a bad idea. Well, you have 5G because we're kind of at the top of a bigger hill. So I have 5G with Verizon. So I think that should really help us out with Starlink too. And we're not going to be like, I mean, there's some woods, but we're not going to be like butted up against it. So we shouldn't really have any obstructions either. from Ghana. Hey, hello. Will you have a man cave? I don't know, maybe. Good morning, Gary. Ooh, gold looking kind of good for potentially a short here. Well, maybe at the 5 minute looks a little bit better. So there's a 5 minute here on gold. I have not traded gold yet today. Get horses and have, again, as I said, my business model is proof of concept. What is a proof of concept? Before we get any additional animals, we have to prove that we can keep chickens alive. If we can't keep chickens alive, may God have mercy on the soul of any goats, cattle, horses, pigs, donkeys, baboons, anything we get. Well, I'm definitely not going to get baboons because I hang out with them every day, but trail rides for day traders. I don't like horses. Horses do not like me. I do not like them. I've ridden horses twice and both, like, they don't listen to me. They don't listen to me. Maybe I smell funny. I don't know. Good. Yeah. Especially when we have a lot of raccoons out there. So we're prepared for battle. Yeah, no, I have heard about donkeys. There are coyotes, but I don't know. I guess we see coyote poop out there, but our neighbor kid is he's like, can I do some scouting for him? I'm like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but he hasn't really necessarily seen any. You got to wear a cowboy hat. I mean, we're not. I guess it depends if you consider Iowa out west. I would not consider Iowa. Well, like, we're on the edge of plain states, but I still wouldn't consider Iowa like a plain state. Exactly, Flash. Exactly. I'm not sure if you're quoting me, but yeah, if not, I literally just said something very similar to that. The city made. Yeah, well, we will not be in the city. I'm in, like, small government America. How small government? Now, if you live in California, I'm about to blow my mind. For the house building process, the only 2 inspections I need are electrical and septic. That's it. That is it. Those are the only 2 inspections I need. Electrical and septic. Besides that, do your own thing, brother. We ain't here to regulate you. Which is freeing, but terrifying at the same time. But as the guy I'm working with explained, it is sort of a self-regulating system because small town America is like a really good, it's like a real thing. Like, people know each other, and that can be for the good or the bad. But, like, he's like, for us, like, if we do bad work, because of small town America, it's going to spread real quickly, and we're not gonna be in a very good spot. So, like, the concrete guy I was talking with yesterday, and I was just asking, I was like, so, like, does concrete have, like, codes and stuff like that? Like, he's like, oh yeah, no, we have all the codes, and that's how we just always work under that premise. So it's not like we're out here cowboying it. Like, if there was an inspection that needed to be done, we would pass. I was like, oh, that's good. But yeah, I mean, technically speaking, yeah, you got to be careful. If you just sign up any Tom, Dick, or Harry, don't forget to donate to your local government. Yeah, I will say that too. I'm not going to go down the political rabbit hole too much, but coming from Michigan, I will say this. It's a little easier to cut my taxes to the state of Iowa. It's a little easier to pay local taxes when the local government is like, hey, man, we're not here to overregulate you every which way. It makes that check a little bit easier to write. I passed my 150K. I made 10K. Then they freeze my account. How the heck did you make 10,000? What did you YOLO, Vinu Chow? What did you YOLO to make $10,000? Let me guess, in one trade too, right? I mean, congrats. Congrats. Let's see. Oil. Oil's holding up. This is also holding up though. So I'm not. Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of everything right now. Yeah, you just hit the max. You'll be good to go tomorrow. But yes, they're because that profit is coming from their bottom line. Because that's how the prop firm model works. You're in, even if you're in a pro account, you're still being paid from the firm, not from the live market. So because of that, they need to make sure that they don't bankrupt themselves. Because if a trader, in theory, all of a sudden made $10 million and they just let, like, then the prop firm itself would be kaput. That is why eventually they will put you to Pro Plus, which is a live market. And then once you're in that, the Pro Plus, do whatever you want. Because that's coming from the live market itself, and Take Profit Trader gets a nice juicy 10%. Which is why I think, talking yesterday, that's why I like Take Profit Trader. Their incentives are actually aligned with you, the trader. They actually truly do want you to succeed. Other prop firms, if they never put you to live accounts, then ultimately they actually don't want you to succeed because you are costing them money. But Take Profit Trader, because they will send you to the live market, yeah, they want you to succeed. Lots of small trades in 2 hours. What in the world? Small trades. I mean, good job. I've never had the $10,000 day. Then if you're not happy with that, learning from you, Clay. Well, I'm happy that you're learning from me and you had a $10,000 day. That's awesome. But I'm a little jealous. Now, Vin, just as you know, if you're like, well, I'm not happy I just capped at 10K a day. Well, you can do copy trading. So you could get 4 more accounts and then you could copy trade those accounts. So at that point, yes, your limit would be $50,000 a day. And at that point is where I'm just like, if you're going to... bunch of scammers that they'll only let me make 50K a day. It's like, listen to what you're saying. What do you mean? You only get to make $50,000 a day. I don't find any pity in my heart for somebody that is complaining about only allowed to make $50,000 in a single day. So yes, Ben, just so you know, if you want, you can fire up another account, bring that to pro status, and you can have up to 5 pro accounts and then copy trade. No. What I'm saying is a $10,000 day in with Take Profit Trader. I've never hit that milestone. And if you're not aware, what is a copy trade? A copy trade is, let's just say you make, you can have up to 5 pro accounts with Take Profit Trader. So let's say you make one trade, and let's just say you make $100 on it, but you copy that trade to your 4 other accounts. Well, sure, you only press the buttons to make that one trade one time for $100. But because you copied your other accounts, you actually are now up $500 because that $100 trade took place 5 times. So that's what copy trading is. So that's why I'm telling Vin, if he would have been just today, had he been copy trading instead of a $10,000 a day, he would have, he'd have a $50,000 day, which is just crazy. Which is, again, is why I'm like, if anybody wants to show up and complain, well, Take Profit Trader, they just limit in a single day, you can only make $10,000. It's like, well, yeah, that's per account. So if you're not happy with that, fine. I would be like, I don't feel bad for anybody that's complaining about, man, they'll only let me make $10,000 in a day. Listen to what you're saying. But fine, even with that, then get more accounts. And then have 5 of them and then make $50,000 in a day. How do you? Yeah. Take Tradovate. There's different copy trading softwares, and then Tradovate, which is the platform I'm using, they also have a built-in copy trader. And yeah, like Rookie says, then you would technically group them together. Yes, you have to. Yes. Like anybody else, you have to build a buffer. Flash Thompson. Like anybody else, brother, you got to build a buffer. But no, congrats, Vin. So yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I don't know where you stand, but you can always fire up some more test accounts and bring yourself up to those 5 accounts and get them passed. And I'm assuming you used code Clay, and that's why you ultimately got the $10,000. What will the strategy that same with crypto and stocks best? Yeah, that's the nice thing about charts. Is let's just say you love bull flags and you trade, I don't know, stocks or crypto. Well, guess what? Bull flags exist in futures too. Best broker use. I used Prop Firm, which is Take Profit Trader. That's at the top of the screen there. The math tells me that day trading futures in a prop firm is the best way to go about day trading. So yeah, I like I said, what I do is 2 layers. Layer number 1, I'm with Take Profit Trader. So if you go to the link, you'll have to pick out what account you want, use code Clay, save that 40% off, and then no activation fee. And then after you choose the account you want, they'll ask you, okay, well, what platform do you want to use? And I'm using Tradovate. They have other choices, but that's the one I'm using. So that is my quote-unquote broker platform, Take Profit Trader, and then through Take Profit Trader, I'm using Tradovate. Not too bad, Burger. Not too bad. You get to keep 80%. So he's having an $8,000 day. All right. Looking for potential. No. I think I was too slow. Maybe. We'll see if this consolidates out here. I might try a long down here. Ooh, never mind. Okay, I'm glad I waited for confirmation. I don't like how... Next one I'm interested in. Ooh, got the double whammy. We have the dotted yellow line, which is the VWAP. We have the upsloping purple line. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm in. Long. I am long. Trying to play a bounce off this kind of little double whammy area here. I'll take that scalpy scalp. Scalpy scalp. Scalpy scalp. These 15 accounts are the only thing holding me here. I mean, just I don't know how new you are, Flash, but I mean you can use third-party softwares that allow you to group multiple prop firms accounts all together. In theory, you could trade up to 6. You could copy trade 60 accounts, 70 accounts. You know, if you were to go out there and get prop firms with several different firms and then use the third-party software to clump them all together, I mean, you could in theory make, you could have 60 accounts, make one trade for $100 each. And then I don't know, what does that equate? $60,000 or $6,000, just like that, even though you only made one trade for $100. Iran escalation news. So oil is going up right now. Yep. You'll get banned if you copy trade multiple firms. No, that's not true. That one is not true. Hey, Red AF. Been a while. Right, yeah. If you are hedging them or something goofy like that, sure. But like just, yeah. I mean, just because you're copy trading, I mean, if that were the case, all these third-party softwares would be out of business. Abel, okay, you gotta narrow down what you're talking about, brother. Like, what you're saying is false because you're keeping it so broad right now. Carlos, let me put it this way. If you're going to try to go out there and manipulate the system and hedge and do this, that, and the other, it's not going to turn out well for you. So just put that ship behind you. Hey, JP. What is FPV? FPV war, yeah. Yeah, so somebody else was bragging about breaking the rules. Yeah, gotcha. And then when that person gets banned, they'll probably be the first person on Twitter complaining about and starting rumors about whoever banned them. Because if you have more contracts in an account, you have less wiggle room before that account gets toasted. If you have 5 NQ contracts in one account, the price does not need to drop very much against you before that account is toasted. Or you can trade 5 NQs, but if you have it spread across 5 accounts, well, now each account only has 1 NQ. So the price could, in theory, move way more against you and yet not blow the account. Because per account, you only have 1. So that's how you spread out risk. So that is the benefit of copy trading. It does actually allow you to spread out risk. Now, the flip side to that is if you lose your mind and go on tilt, well, that mind lossage and tilt is being spread and is being copied to all your other accounts. So, I mean, again, there's like everything in life. Thomas Sowell, my favorite economist, there are no solutions. There are only trade-offs. So there's always trade-offs. Trade-off, yeah, you do get to spread your risk out. So it's less risky in that way. But the trade-off is it is more risky if you lose your mind. Now, I just do single account trading. So if I lose my mind on one account, that account is just gone. But again, that's not to say that it's right. And I want to eventually get to copy trading. Yeah, that's so true, Ty. Yeah, the amount they put into cheating, it's just like, why don't you just learn how to trade? Clay, you don't have the discipline for copy trading yet. Maybe not. I don't know. Thinking about a short here if it wants to bounce back up into this general area. But I don't know. Is that going to be the only back test right there? Maybe. I just bought a new strategy at Walmart. Yeah, that's the place to go. Low prices for strategies. Aisle 37. Yeah, I think it's coming up about 2 years. Yeah, Carlos, he's the CEO of Take Profit Trader. Seems like a good guy. I've never been in contact with him, but yeah, I think he seems like I like how he takes responsibility for things, and yeah. But no, I don't know him, only from what I've seen. What would be the difference? Copy trading or just... I mean, dude, I just explained that. This is where I'm going to lose my mind. School makes so much more sense. It like when teachers are about to lose their mind because somebody asks a question and then somebody else is not paying attention and then they ask the exact same thing. Like, I understand now why that got people sent out to the hallway, why that got caused the massive eye rolls, why that caused some teachers to raise their voice. Like, school makes so much more sense now. Haven't we been down this path before as Millie? Hey, what's your class? What's your class? And then maybe I have you mixed up with somebody else. Okay, here we go. There's the link to my mentorship program for you. There you go. All right, I'm short. Took one out. And I'm short. Come on. Took another one out. Let's get these ones in green territory now. Make sure this is a winning trade. So very good. Let's get my next target down here. Come on, hit me. It will be a green trade. No matter what at this point. Well, not no matter what. If there's some massive news and spike and I get slippage, it might not be a green trade. But assuming none of that, it will be a green trade. Now just, why not? Why not see if this thing can come down a little bit more at this point? So I've already locked in a couple of gains. Now just seeing if this thing wants to keep on rolling over or not. Come on. Let's see a mustache tomorrow. Yeah, about that. Come on. Gonna move my stop down a little bit more now. Come on, hit me. Come on down, brother. Keep coming down, brother. Come on down, brother. Come on, brother. We're so close. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Brother. Dude. Let's not play that game. Come on, brother. Just do it. All right, I'm coming down here now at this point. So I'm making about 20 points, worst case now, either way. Let's go for more. All right, stopped out. Okay. So it's still a nice little trade there. True, I didn't sing on that one. Maybe that one did deserve some singing. Great trade. Yeah, it worked out nice. I am getting movement, so at least I'm getting targets hit, but I'm still looking for that one that really starts to get rolling in my favor. Took that one with me. Good job, Steve. Hey, can we get at least one more like that? At least puts us at 150. Like 150, at least one. That's like a nice round number. 149 though. We're like stuck. So if anybody could doesn't mind, if you're finding enough entertainment or value here to hit that like, that'd be nice to at least get this up to 150, if not above. Stopped out of your short. Yeah, same. Might try another one though up here. So we'll see how the price behaves up around this area. Might take another swing at a short. Hey, 160. I'll take it. Thank you, everybody. No, you cannot pass it in. Okay. It's 5 days. It's 5 days. Before you go and say, well, geez, so-and-so allows you to pass in 1 or 2 days. You're asking the wrong question. In prop firms, the proper question is this. How many days until I'm eligible for a payout? Prop firms that offer 1 day passes, yeah, you're not eligible to actually get money sent to your bank account until like day 8 or 9, something like that. With Take Profit Trader, sure. You have to, the test phase is 5 days regardless. However, you can get money sent to your bank account on day number 6, aka your first day of your pro account. So in all actuality, Take Profit Trader, you get paid quicker. Yes, it doesn't seem that way because if you ask the wrong question, it doesn't seem like, well, geez, I can pass such and such in 1 day. No, wrong question. So just keep that in mind. Just because somebody offers the ability to pass in 1 day doesn't mean you're eligible for a payout any quicker or anything like that. Hey, Black Sheep. Same with shopping. If you're shopping for prop firms based on price, you are doing it so wrong. You've got to shop for prop firms based on rules and payout policy. Which reminds me, we still need to set up our own prop firm here. The Baboon Den, we'll call it. We're going to offer $5 prop firms, but we're also going to have like 500 rules so nobody ever gets a payout. But because people are idiots and will just shop based on price, we're going to just offer $4.99 accounts. I really think if I were to ever start a prop firm, I think that's the winning recipe. From what I've learned here about just the way people just shop based on price, I mean, why not? Let's just offer, we could probably get away with like $10 accounts. Yes, Carlos, you're going to drive me insane. Yes, he will get his money. They just have a cap. $10,000 in a day is all they're allowed you to make per account. If that's not good enough for you, Carlos, then open up 5 accounts and then copy trade, and then you can make $10K per account and make $50,000 in a day. If you're still going to complain about that, Carlos, I'm sorry, buddy. I don't feel bad for anybody complaining about only being able to make $50,000 in a day. I think CFDs are better than prop futures. Well, you don't understand prop futures. You've probably never traded futures then. See, like, I understand some people have to trade CFDs. If that's the only thing you have access to, then so be it. But like, if you have the choice between futures in the U.S. markets and CFDs, yeah. Exactly, born again trader. Like I said, if CFDs are the only thing you have access to, okay, fine. But yeah, Octavia, yeah, so about that, yeah. We're going to need a cover sheet on your TPS report, okay? Yeah. Octavio, just stop, dude. Have you ever traded futures before? I'm guessing no, because you don't have access to the you're probably in some country that is like blocked by all the prop firms. Like, just stop, dude. Just stop. CFDs are like an absolute joke. And I'll even say that compared to stocks. Like, if all you have to trade is CFDs, fine. But don't, like, yeah. Yes, I do. Well, considering that's not a prop firm. Okay, yeah. What we're witnessing here is the coping mechanism. You can find broke with fixed spreads and everything. Yes. And that comes at a cost though, dude. This is the problem. Dunning-Kruger effect. Again, right before our very eyes. He's learned a little bit and now he's sitting here lecturing all this stuff that reveals he doesn't act. Like, if you have fixed spread, you're paying for that one way or the other. So welcome to the world of probably crazy fees. Octavio, we don't care, dude. Like, you've already, again, Dunning-Kruger effect. Anybody with a little bit of experience and like, we're looking at you like, okay, just stop, man. Just stop. Just stop. Dunning-Kruger effect right now on full display. Should I bring up the chart? Dunning-Kruger effect. Many ways to look at it, but so right here, you learn a little bit. I don't like this chart. The one we looked at previously was really good. Right? Whoops. Right? So you do. You learn a little bit, and then you just get over this confidence. You think you got it all figured out, blah, blah, blah. We've all been there with something in our life. You learn a little bit, boom. And then the more you learn, you're like, oh, crap. Oh, no. But down around here is where you're like, okay, now you're starting to actually learn stuff. And the more and more you go, and then you level out here, and you're like, okay, I actually have some things, you know, but like, if you're arguing that CFD, like this is you right here, like you've learned a little bit and you're just here running your mouth and it's just, like I said, it's not a good look. Not a good look. Okay, whether or not you enjoy this, I'm glad you enjoy, but that's irrelevant to the point of it's just stop. Like yeah. I'll just concede. I'll just concede that the spreads on CFDs are fine and you're not paying huge commissions. Like, yeah, anyway, yeah. Where did you find that visual? Just run a Google search for Dunning-Kruger effect. Or you can watch, I think it's still over here. Yeah, or you can watch just fine looking individual explain it right here. Who is that guy? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Who is that? But yeah, I did this video years ago. Years ago. All right, maybe a short here. Maybe a short here if it comes back down. Okay, let's see how it behaves here at this pink line, which is the 200 period simple moving average. As of now, bounced right off of it, but we'll give it some more time here. Okay, so my guess is its oil is dropping right now. No, not really. Okay. I'm making muffins while watching. What kind of muffins? NVIDIA is going up. I don't know. Is NVIDIA still... I don't know. I don't know if NVIDIA has as much sway as it did with all the other stuff going on. It might. It might. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not going to get short here. That seems pretty risky without any confirmation, but going long at this point seems like a chase. So I kind of got to just sit here on my hands right now. Yeah, I'll just leave it this way. If you have the choice between just flat out trading something, whether that's the stock, the option, the future, versus doing it through a CFD, just do the thing straight up. Once more. But Clay, all I have access to are CFDs because I'm in country XYZ. Then fine. It is what it is. You got to take what you have available to you. But if that is not the case, yeah. Possible short here? Not that I'm seeing. Right, yes. I can tell you're not in. I'm from the EU. What are you talking about, dude? Yes, that is my point. If you are in a country and if this never mind. I can't. Okay. Anyway, froom bra bra. Froom bra bra. Okay, well then you are just you are like a dented baboon then. If you do have access, if you're choosing CFDs even though you have access to just straight up futures, you are a dented baboon. Anyways, if somebody else wants to continue to try to deal with them, go for it. Gold looking good. Gold looking good here. It's also curling back up. Oil, is it still kind of... Yeah, interesting. So oil just going sideways here. When that big move happened, I would have thought... So the correlation seems to be breaking apart a little bit right now. Good job, Evil. You got this. You got this. All right. I am tempted. If this comes down here and hits the pink line and starts to head back up, I'm going to take a swing at it. Okay, there we go. That green line turns blue. I'm in. Nice move up. Trying to play the little miniature pullback here and see if this wants to continue on with some momentum. So if that green line turns blue, I am long. Close, I'm in. Not the greatest fill. I don't think I ever went green at all. Like not even a little bit green. See if we can get some more upside momentum, though. All right, somebody give him a timeout. He's totally troll mode now. I can only take so much of the dented baboons. Don't ban him, but just give him a timeout at your discretion, whatever you think the timeout should be. Trying to think, should I want to add some more if it comes back up here? That would look good. Maybe I do add right here. Yep, I am going to add. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good ad there. Look how beautiful this is looking right now. Come on, Bulls. Push! Push! Go, 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 go! Uh-oh. Push! 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 All right. You guys know what? Somebody like, oh, great. Here he goes. I'll keep the speech very clearly. When I add, I need the price to start to cooperate very, very ideally. And the way it's still putzing here right now is no longer ideal. I gave it a chance to ideal, meaning nice, smooth move up. It didn't happen, so I had to hop out. I have not talked through my morning because there's nothing to talk about. Newbie, I don't talk about my morning every day. If I blow up accounts or if I do something that I think is worthwhile, I'll talk about it. You should know that by now, Newbie. Newbie is starting to become an enigma. I recognize the dude's name. He's here all the time. But then he like says stuff that's like, how do you not know that by now, brother? You're becoming an enigma. I don't quite know what to make of you anymore these days. I sound like a goat herder? Well, I mean, I have to deal with all you guys every day, so that's probably a fair description. Because you're all goats. Ba-dum-bum. Like, not the animal goat, the other type of goat. The other type of goat. I complimented you. Okay, somebody give Dash a timeout. He's rage baiting. I don't have time for that right now. Give Dash a timeout at your discretion. Ah, there it goes. I was just not quite patient enough. I'm not in the mood for the rage bait right now. Not in the mood. When I said go, go. No, I wasn't saying goat. I was saying go. That's right. That's exactly. It was a compliment. I am a goat herder. I hang around with goats all day. All of you. It's a compliment. So I'll just calm down. Might try another long. Might try another long down around here. For me, at least, interesting area. Interesting area. Finally passed my 5K buffer on the pro. Well, there's no such thing as a 5K buffer, first off. So I don't know. So I think you might have a pleasant surprise. Compton, is that a 150K account? Well, then, hey, surprise, surprise. Because you're a dented baboon and don't understand the rules, you got yourself a nice $500 surprise. Because the buffer is actually $4,500. So given you thought it was $5,000 and meaning you're at $5,000, you're already eligible for a $500 payout. Now, if you want to leave that in there, that's fine. You can start to build your buffer. But look at that. Because of your dentedness and not understanding the rules, you just surprise yourself with a $500 payout if you want it. Tiger is back. Tiger Woods? Or that one guy, the guy with the white tiger. What was that show? I never watched it. But didn't they own white tigers or something? Tiger Daddy? Or what was that show? Tiger King. Thank you. Tiger King. So who are we talking about? Are we talking about Tiger Wood or Tiger King? Matt, all you got to do is go to their website, man. It's like right there. Like they have a very nice website. If you just go there and read through it, they do a good job. Oh, Tiger Woods is back. Like, what do you mean? He's back golfing or what? Tiger Lily. Drove past. Yeah, I don't even understand what. I probably shouldn't even crack a joke about that because I know it was like a messed up situation, but that's literally all I know. A messed up situation. I have no idea what the situation was. And please, you no need to tell me here. No need to tell me here though. Tiger Daddy. There's a Tiger Daddy too. Okay. Maybe. We'll see. I don't like how this was green and now it's failed back down, so that makes me a little bit more sketched out to potentially try along here, but I'm not going to say no. Totally. Ooh, now that's looking kind of... I don't know if I like it enough for 5 contracts, though. All right, let's go with 3 if I can get filled. Okay, got 3. First target up there. Next target right there. Getting along at the blue line here. See if this wants to continue on up. Clay Gold is looking perfect, good for a short. I mean, I'm not going to call you crazy for thinking that, but I don't know if that's necessarily my cup of tea, but I can see why you might say that. Come on, brother, get up there. Hit that first target for me, brother. Well, Not totally ideal. Are you still trading your pro account in Compton? Your goat opinion. That a boy. Okay, if it gets close to the red line, I'll get my stop in green territory. But it's not quite there to do that because I got to give it enough wiggle room. But it's one of those things where once you get that close, for me, like I don't want to see something that close then turn into a losing trade. That's just not good for the mental. But it does need to get a little bit closer first before I throw my stop loss. Right now, just using a mental stop. But I'll throw in the hard stop. Like I said, needs to get a bit closer to hit me here, though. Okay, well, Compton, so here's what you could think about doing. Actually, give me a 1, Compton, because I've explained some things to you so many times, and you literally do the exact opposite. Maybe it's because you don't hear me. So, Compton, if you're still here, give me a number 1. Okay, maybe stop trading this pro account. You're eligible for a $500 payout. So just stop trading it and now fire up a new test account. Work on passing that. Then this will be the opening phase of your racehorse model. So you're now protecting your $500 payout, but you're also still making progress in other ways. So you can keep trading, and you're trading in a significant way. Significant being defined as you're still making progress towards something. What are you making progress towards? Well, towards passing another account. And that way you can start to build up your racehorse stable. So maybe consider doing that. Instead of continuing to trade your pro account, you do something stupid and you lose the payout or you toast the whole thing, and then you're going to it's not going to be a good mental. Then you're probably going to start resetting the pro, and now you're out $1,500 more. So just consider that, Compton. Come on, brother, t-shirts on you. I have done t-shirts before, but the inventory management, I don't know if I want t-shirts sitting around my office. But Clay, you could use a third party. Yeah, but then, I don't know. The quality control kind of freaks me out. I like to know that, I don't know. I might be hopping out of this thing. I mean, this thing is just, make a move, please. Please, good sir. I'll give it a chance, though. Come on. Mental stop is crazy with war tweets. Not really. Because a hard stop's not going to do you much good either. If there is like a worst case scenario tweet, your hard stop is going to have slippage on it. Like you're cooked either way. Which is why at the end of the day, just the prop firm itself is very powerful. Because even if we take worst case scenario and let's say your account, you have a hard stop, but it's a crazy tweet. And even with that, the slippage cooks your account. Well, it's still just a prop account, right? So, in other words, rookie, calm down, brother. Take a deep breath. Go pour some ice water over your head or something. Relax, brother. Oh, man, Jamie, yeah, you might be able to sell that on eBay for like $8, man. That thing's a classic at this point. Like, I kind of want to get out because this thing won't move, but this is a nice little setup. Another little hammer candle forming. So, I mean, why not? Why not give it a chance? I just got out. Well, from a long or short-sided trade? And I'm long. Blue line is my entry. Those red lines are my initial targets. From a long, uh-oh. Is that good or bad? How's your day going? Does that mean the opposite of what you do is about to happen? Or have you been in the groove today? Okay, rookie, I need you to think about the context of your question. Per your premise, there's like a war tweet, which is like very, 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 very important thing. I don't care how liquid anything is, under the premise that you have set before, a very, very important geopolitical type tweet, yes, there is slippage no matter what you do, per that premise. Well, maybe I should. I guess I should have listened to HT. HT got out from the long side, and I'm sitting here just watching this thing drift away. Drift into oblivion on me. No, I'm being exaggerated. I'm well, like I said, this is the benefit of the position management. I've taken very small size, so it's like, okay, I can let this thing putz around a little bit. The 5 minute, it's right at the 21 EMA, so I'm trying to see if it wants to bounce off of it. Try to give it a little bit more opportunity. In some senses, wondering if I should add right here if it wants to come back up. Ooh. I don't want to cut it at okay. There's no way I can stop out right here at VWAP. This one kind of got a little... This one got away from me a little bit. All right, now I got to get out. All right. Hey, HT, good call. Your spidey sense was correct to get out up there. Good play. Wow. Did not care. Okay, I'll just bring it over on the 5 minute, what I was looking at, and trying to trust a little bit. So the price came down to that 21 EMA. Didn't... I mean, it putzed around a little bit. But then it came down to the VWAP. I'm like, okay, maybe. And then no, didn't even care about that. Okay, apparently it cares about the 50 period though. Simple moving average. That purple line there for now. But yeah, that one got away from me a little bit. I was short. Well, congratulations. Going to try a short if it wants to come back up here and ideally bump its head on that VWAP. Again, looking for it to come up here, bump its head on the VWAP, and then ideally come back down. I love me some scalpy scalps. All right. Yeah, I've had a mix today. It just crossed down the scalp. Sorry, I scalped it when I had nice job, Hero. So this is an area here where, I mean, if this thing can let loose, we could definitely see some more downside pressure. This yellow line right here, you can see was the low right here, a bunch of lows right here, and as of right now, the low right there. And I have a short right here, looking for it to maybe come up here, bump its head. And then even if it never breaks down through there, I mean, that would still give me like a 30-point potential, window to work with. There's the head and shoulders on the 5 minute. Roger that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out now. I'm not really sure what to... All right, there we go. All right, how does it behave, again, at this area here? If it breaks, I'm not saying it drops straight down to here, but it does on the chart open up. Kind of there's a bigger void here on the chart. There's just no other potential congestion until down around this pink line here, which is the overnight low. Again, I'm not saying... If it closes below here, it's dropping straight down there. But, I would not call you crazy if you think it could find some more downside pressure. Well, I am glad I cut that where I did, because if I had gotten cute with it, that would not be good at this point, because this has just started to bleed. So, yeah, not a great trade on my part. For the reason of, like I said, I gave it too much wiggle room. It seems so obvious in hindsight now. Why didn't I just take the several scalpy scalps I had the chance at on that? But to be fair again, look, at that point, it was looking nice. A couple little hammers. I think your trades work better the more you say scalpy scalp. It's a working theory. I cannot confirm or deny. Sometimes it's song dependent, though. Still have to have oil on a second screen. It's going up. Yeah, I got it over here. So is the correlation back right now? Seemingly. I'm interested in a short, potentially up around this yellow line now, but I want to see where this candle closes, and then I'll make some decisions from there. This was a former area of support. So in the spirit of the KISS method, when levels of support are broken, they can tend to act as resistance areas. So if it comes back up around here, we'll see if it maybe wants to behave as a resistance. Marky hates me today. I walked away and it went down. Oh, yeah. Marky the market maker. Got to send him a Christmas card. All right, this candle will be done moving in about 13, 12 seconds. So each one of these is 2-minute candles, meaning each one moves around for 2 minutes. So that's what that timer is telling me when this candle here will be done moving around. So we're about to get a new candle. There we go. I'm going to try a short there if it wants to come back up. So attempting to get short at the red line. Again, premise, this was a former support. We'll see if this now wants to behave as a resistance a little bit. Or, well, if that's all it's going to bounce, then I won't even be close to getting filled. But right now, I'm wondering if the tide is turned and if the trend is starting to go bearish. So that is why I am... in my mind, I'm trading the trend. I don't want to chase down here, but if it wants to bounce up here, then I will try to trade the trend, which I believe to have shifted bearish here. The timer is right up here. Click on this, view settings, and then bar countdown settings right there. Overall day is bearish, which can be true, but for me, that's using a 2-minute time frame. I don't necessarily care about the daily time frame. Now, if you're a sway trader and you're willing to hold, if you're ready to hold something for hours on end, yeah, I can see that. So I'm not saying you're wrong there, Hero. I'm just saying for me and my strategy, I don't really necessarily care about the overall daily trend. I'm just trying to figure out where this thing might want to be in the next 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to reassess. So ideally here, this next candle comes up here, closes like right here. Next candle opens, immediately comes up here, bumps its head on the yellow line, and then starts to come back down. And I'll try to grab it short up around here somewhere. That's my ideal world. So we have 5. Come on, bounce up some more. I don't think I'm going to get it. We'll see. Come on. Not really. I can still somewhat work with it, but okay, there, yeah, come up some more. Again, come up here and bump your head on the yellow line. And then I'll throw in a, yeah, short. Right there. That I just don't want to see it drop down any further and then come up because that's messing up my setup here. But so that I have a nice little low, but next phase is it's got to come up here and hit that yellow line or get very close to it at least. That's close enough. That's close enough. All right, so there's my short. Let's see if it wants to come back down. So looking to get short at the red line. Well, exports through Saudi Arabia, rise to form. Do that. Was I ever a long-term? No. Holding futures overnight, or I mean, in between sessions. No, thank you. That's a little too risky for my blood. All right, never mind on that. Ooh, oh. Okay, why do you got to do that? Why do you got to do that? Fine. Not totally ideal, but if it comes down and fill, that'd be pretty nice. Oh, long? No, like no. The thought of holding positions for 30 minutes or hours, it doesn't mean it's, if that's your strategy, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's just not me. All right, never mind. Well, good. I'm glad I waited for confirmation as opposed to just throwing out a short somewhere. Next interest area right up here, VWAP 21 EMA. Only you got filled what? You got filled on the short? Where'd you get filled at? All right, you goobers. Who's your leader? Who was like, all right, guys, let's bring it up to 199 and then stop. We know he likes 200, but let's just stop it at 199. Do we have any rebels in the crowd? Can someone, I don't know who your leader is out there, but do we have any rebels that are willing to hit the like button and push us up over 200? Bunch of goobers. Let's stop it at 199. Let's toy with his mind. So cruel. Oh, look at that. We got some rebels out here. Again, looking for a short up around here. I am still bearish. In my mind, I'm going with the trend, just letting this thing bounce, but I'm also trying to get some sort of confirmation. No need to apologize. That's just why as many of you have told me, Clay, I like you. Just gotta just remind us though, because I always forget. Okay, here we go. Do I just short right there blindly? See if it comes back up there. Okay, I'm short. Let's see if this can serve as a rejection point here. I might add, this is very sketchy right now, very dangerous, but do I really think this is going to go straight back up? Because we do have this next area right here. Well, clearly I was wrong so far about this being, I mean, it still may roll back over, but yeah, this is basically straight back up right now, which is why I'm having issues with it. When you don't think something's going to go straight back up and then it goes straight back up, shockingly, that will present problems for the person that did not think it would go straight back up. Come on. Yeah, I can't putz with it. I got to just put my line in the sand up there. I'm not going to add. Just kind of take it as it is at this point. If this thing does just want to go straight back up and take me out there, then so be it. I mean, it is what it is. Come on, get below that blue line. Come on. I got the VWAP right there. That's my problem. That could be, yeah, that's not good. My average, or my entry is now right at VWAP, which could very well be a support. And so far, that's right where it bounced off of. So, not exactly what I'm looking for here. Come on, push down through. Push down through. No, usually it just rejects the order. Come on. Come on down through. Blue line is my entry. I'm short. Come on. Get out of the way, VWAP. Get out of the way. Don't act as a support this time. Come on. Get out of the way. Stupid VWAP. Why you got to act like normal here? Come on. Get down through. All right. You know what? I'm going to just get out there because I'm not in the position of that luxury. Had I not taken that one losing trade, I'd play ball with it a little bit more. But yeah, I don't, and I would have been okay. But yes, I lost the luxury. And that's also why I did not add up around here. Because again, that previous trade where I let it slip away, that's why you can't let things slip away. Because it takes away the luxury to create more opportunity. So think about that. There's a valuable learning lesson here. Think back if you're here for that trade that I let it slip away. It was a bigger loss. It kind of, it put a bigger dent into this number down here. And I'm like, okay. Had I just cut that one where I should have cut it, then I would have been like, okay, I'm still well in the game. I could have had a little bit more luxury on this trade, and it would have worked out very, very nicely. So that's just, yeah, it happens. It happens. I lost the luxury. Yeah, if you reset it, it is tied to the coupon. Yes. So if you use code Clay, it is tied to that code, which is important because it'll always lock you into whatever promotion you got with code Clay. You'll be attached to it, and you'll have that deal. If you want a long, play the Russell M2K. Well, I mean, how long are your trades for the Russell M2K? Well, to me, that wasn't an emotion thing. That was just I couldn't take on the risk. Like, okay, if it comes all and stops me out, I better just. It's kind of a gift in some senses that it even gave me a chance that I even break through VWAP. But yeah, so I don't know if I would say that was an emotional thing. That was just more of me trying to play the numbers of things. Told you so, Clay. What did you tell me, and why are you a told me so person? Shorting MNQ 851. MNQT? What? I'm so confused. 23 850. Yeah, Kimberly, I don't know what you told me, but I don't know what that means. You're shorting MNTQ and then T equals 23 851. We're not anywhere close to any of those numbers, so I'm confused. Count me confused. Okay, Edwin, well, if you think I'm the GOAT, thank you, but then listen to the GOAT. Stop being a dented baboon and day trading future or options. Why, Edwin? Stop being a degenerate. Oh, okay. Well, I looked up at another trade plan, and I don't know what you're saying. But, like, just so you know, Kimberly, there's literally always somebody that can say, I told you so. And stop trying to go long, Emmett. What? Anyways. I mean, I was literally just short on MNQ. Everyone else in the room knows what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, apparently so do I. I was literally just short on that last trade. And then you're like, don't try to go long. It's like, well, I was just short. I mean, are you trying to get in timeout? It seems like that's what you're trying to do right now. If that is your goal, all you got to do is let us know. There's no way. That's a fake profile. There's no way that's actually her or that picture. That's a troll there. Yeah, somebody give him a timeout. Kimberly is not real. That's a dude, for sure. No lady that looks like that would behave like that. Like, that is just crazy. That's the behavior of a dude that does not yet have a hair in their armpit, and they think it's funny to find a good-looking girl, throw around their profile picture, and then run around and act like, well, a dude that doesn't have a hair in his armpit. Like, that's a fake if I've ever seen one, brothers. That's somebody that talks like this. Mom, why am I talking like this? No, not with a lisp, with, like, the voice cracking. You'll understand, Black Sheep. Once you hit puberty, you'll understand what I mean, brother. That a boy, Black Sheep. I like this sense of humor. Dude looks like a lane. I'm saying that it's clearly somebody that lives in their mom's basement that is using somebody else's picture. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that picture, that is a woman that looks like a guy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is a prepubescent, I don't know. Anyways, that's a dude that does not have any hair in his armpits yet, lives in his mom's basement. That's, what is it? What fish? No, what's it? A catfishing. Like using somebody else's picture. There is no way that somebody that looks like that picture would be behaving like that. There's just no. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. Listen, I'm not even going to try. Your girlfriend just asked what I'm watching? Did you tell her a Greek god? If not, if you said anything other than a Greek god, you lied to her. All right, here we go. Wow, okay. What's oil doing? Is oil going up right now? Yep, okay, so that's there. I'm glad some of you knew what I was trying to say, but like, yeah, I can't. That's too tough of a word for me. There's too many syllables and S's, apparently. Like on a day like today, is this one where it's just going to go straight back up? That's where just getting short hair is a little scary. Maybe trying to see if it wants to come back down. That's what's making this a little tricky here. Yeah, look at that. Now right back up. Yeah, that word. That's what that person clearly is. Trump's Iran deal announcement at 1:30. Wait, what? There's an announcement at 1:30. We need a confirmation on Jerry there. What's going on with that? As the old saying goes, what goes up must come down. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's true. And I realize you're not saying it's that easy, but that's also like saying the trend is your friend. Or just trade the range. Hey, buy low, sell high. Hey, Mander. Okay, Jerry, can you get a little bit more specific with there's where you got this information about an announcement that's coming at 1:30 p.m.? All right, here we go. The presidential participates in a swearing in. Okay. And now Jerry is just going into all sorts of rule breaks. The president participates in a swearing-in ceremony for the Secretary of Homeland Security. What? Yeah, well, that's Jocko. Jocko, that, I mean, the commanding general of a U.S. command element members headquarters itself have been ordered by the Pentagon to deploy. Yeah. Hey, Jerry, next time, with all, I would appreciate it, brother. But, like, don't use that dude as a source, okay? Please. This is actually traceable. Traceable or tradable? The irony of Trump putting well, I mean, really, Ty, there's no irony in any of that stuff. I mean, that's what projection is, right? The psychology of like what projection is. Like when people throw an accusation at you, and I'm just saying in general, and you're like, dude, where did you think of something like that? Well, it's because that's something that they could potentially do, right? That's why they're thinking of it. Well, that person is like me, right? Think about it. World revolves around me, itis. That person's like me. So yeah, so I'm, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's projection. So there actually isn't zero irony in the fact that somebody that says everything is fake news might do a little fake news every now and then. You know what I mean? And we all do it. Like we all as humans project. So I don't know. Is this the? I will try a range trade. I don't know if this is a range yet, but maybe I'm getting a little too fancy. But I'm gonna try. So I'm looking to get short at the red line there. Stop is the green line. Again, I'm not sure if this is yet a range, but if it is the early phases of it, well, then it should work out nicely. If it's not, well, then I'll have a losing trade. But I'm wondering now if this is the range where, kind of comes up here and then rolls back over. If you say me like, Clay, I think you're crazy to think that might be a range. Fair enough. Hindsight will be our judge. I project this live will end today. Democrats do it. Okay, I mean, trucking for dividend. How about you just replace that with politicians? Again, I'm looking to get short at the red line. Stop is the green. I'm wondering if this is maybe some sort of channel that's forming. We also have lower highs. So I don't think I'm crazy to kind of still have a bearish drift to things. Lower highs have been put into place. None of this means that it's a trade that'll for sure work. There are no for sures, but I don't know if I'm necessarily totally crazy to think that this could be some sort of short up here. But that's what I'm watching. I don't know. I was going to say maybe right here. And that's kind of tricky. I was thinking, okay, do you get short at the 21 EMA, which I realize in hindsight would have worked, but still, well, then at that point, you put your stop above the VWAP, but now your stop's kind of in front of these areas, so I'm not sure that was really clean, but... So the other premise is, if my premise is this is a sideways channel, well, where's the bottom of the channel? I don't know. Here, and then stop below the lows? Yeah. Like I said, I have more of a bearish drift, so I don't know if I'd want to try a long on it, even if this... I'm going long. Well, where are you going long, and where's your stop at? 24, 133 would probably be the bottom. Maybe. But we're a ways away from that right now. I am thinking of a 50. What would that be? 8-point stop. Yeah, I don't really like it a whole lot. I can try it with 3, I suppose. No. This is coming down with quite a bit of force right now. I'm not going to try to... No, thanks. This seems like stepping in front of a freight train-ish type thing right now. Again, if you're getting long here and you're throwing your stop down here, I mean, like I said, well, to be fair to you, as of now, it might have worked out. Depending on if you're a scalper or not. All right, well, at this point, I'll go ahead and cancel these orders out because that doesn't look like that trade plan is going to come to fruition. I am going short below the previous bear. Below the previous bear. Yeah, I have no idea what you said below the previous bear. Congrats, though, on the winning trade. Ooh, there's an auction? Oh, there it is. I bet that's what it was. An auction right there. We forgot about the auction. Well, did anybody remind us that there was an auction? That's got to be what that was. That makes sense. The typical, yeah, at 102. Okay, that makes sense. That was auction right there. The note auction. Man, that's so, we got to work better. We got to work better as a team to remember when those things happen. Thankfully, was not in anything. Did you post it about 15 minutes ago? You got to post it more, Todd, but thank you. Oh boy, 10-year yield at 4.4. I know. My premise has been, and it continues, if that yield ever goes above 5, uh-oh. All right, so is oil going up now? It is. All right, the inverse correlation is alive and well. All right, we're at the overnight low. Yeah. All right, this is this is a little bit too knife catchy right now. We are at this low here, so that yellow line, look at it, it's bounced from here. So, all right, I'll do it with 2. I'll do it with 2. No, come back. Whoa, whoa, okay, okay. U.S. to order 3,000. I mean, did that news just come out, or is that, we have conflicting possibilities now. I'm still on team. That was just the note auction. But I suppose, depending on when this news came out about the soldiers, maybe that was it. But I still think it was probably the note auction. I really do appreciate those of you that are on the ball with like these news sources. That's cool. We just traded into a CVS. Oh boy. Or I mean, we just traded to the overnight low. Like, why does it have to be something so complicated? Or we just traded into a support level. Like, why does it have to be something so complicated? Like, look, you have a support area here. The need to call like a basic support area something fancy is just so stupid. Like, let's see. It just went into a bunch of lows, which we could call a support, which is what it's usually called. But no, let's again, it's all marketing. It's all the design to. The psychology is great, right? Perceived value. If I can sound smart describing something, there is therefore value in it because I sound smart describing it. Right? Perceived value. It is a very fascinating topic. I still remember, like, one of my favorite things of perceived value is took my wife to a steakhouse a long time ago for an anniversary or something. And like at this steakhouse, crazy expensive. But like when your meal was ready, there'd be like several, because you'd get your sides and blah, blah, blah. So there's like 4 or 5 people there. And you could see they'd head nod, and then everybody would lower their food all at once. So all the food would come down at once, and then they'd all step away. And it's like, okay, that looked awesome. That was professional. But did that actually do anything for the food? Absolutely not. But are they charging more money because of this perceived value? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't say it, but I'm thinking, oh, I know what you're doing there. That was clever. That was clever. You think that I'm going to fall and say that, oh, yeah, this steak was definitely, it's like, no. There's at least a 5% markup because you decided to pull that little maneuver. Okay, ironclad trader. Get that garbage out of here. I feel sorry for you. We all feel sorry for you. You thinking that you need to trade ELAB with a 500,000, that's this low float turd is so sad. What we're doing here trades way better than your little low float turd. Not to mention, we are trading something that moves better. We have less risk and we have the opportunity to make more money. Who do you think we are? Talking something about a 500,000 or 500K float. Ironclad, more like ironclad turd. Okay? Until you step away from trading what you are, we're going to call you ironclad turd. Okay? Because that's what you just brought to us. An absolute turd. Well, if you like turds, then go trade that turd. Yeah, low float turds. But I'm being like, ugh. Stocks like that made sense. Made sense 5 years ago. At this point, with futures and the invention of micros and prop firms, it doesn't make any sense anymore. Mathematically provable. It does not make sense. Okay, maybe a trade here. This wants to come back up. I'm going to try a long here. Just two. I am trying to catch a knife. So if this green line turns blue, I'm in. I am in. Okay, I got the hammer candle here. Come on, hammer. Do what hammers do. Come on. Do I add is the question now. I better not. It's tempting, though. It is tempting. Come on, hammer. Go, brother. Go, brother. Okay, I'll take that scalpy scalp. I should have added. That I say that tongue-in-cheek. That's obviously hindsight trading. Hey, all right. I'm ironclad trader. Can go back to being ironclad trader because I came at him hard and he's like, hey man, I like you. I just subbed. Okay. I can't. But for real, ironclad trader. Since it sounds like you're open to listening, if you were to ever trade futures, you would look at those low floats and be like, holy crap, this stuff is garbage. Coming from somebody that has a whole lot of experience with the small caps or low floats, I understand the desire to do that. I'm just saying in this day and age of the invention of micro futures and prop firms, it mathematically makes no sense to devote your time to that sort of stuff. For us day traders, two revolutionary inventions. One was micro futures. Because before micro futures, like you could never tell a beginner, hey, go trade NQ. Like, wait, what? You just told a beginner day trader to go trade NQ. Like, that doesn't make any sense. But now that there's MNQ, okay. And then, again, you boil in the fact of layer. So that's the first layer of risk management is, okay, it's MNQ, no longer NQ. And then the second layer is the prop firms. So, yeah. All right, okay. I came at him hard. Most people would be like, what a jerk, I'm out of here. He's like, I like you, I subbed. That's iron sharpens iron right there, boy. And then straight back down it goes. All right, well, we are U.S. Treasury saw 3 versus 3 point. So that would be bad. No. Yeah, that would be bad if it was draws 3.9 versus what they thought was 3 point. I think I'm not even going to act like I understand those, but to me that sounds bad. Because they got at a higher rate than what they would have thought. Oil going up quick. Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would just say I think we have different definitions of quick. I mean, that looks pretty quick, but right now I want to... Ooh, is this another long here? It might be. Another hammer forming. All right, I'm going to try it. Long. Come on. Come on. Okay, added a couple more. See if we can get this thing to Give me a little bit of a bouncy bounce. Come on. Put my first target right there. Come on, come up there and at least bump your head right there. Go! 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 Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I put my stop there. Let's make sure this is a winning trade. Next target right here. So we'll be a winning trade. Just trying to figure out how big of a winning trade, because if this thing starts to really bounce, then it could get fun. Come on, get up there. Come on, brother. Come on, brother, bounce. Again, will be a green trade. Just trying to figure out how big of a green trade. Trying to see if how big this thing wants to bounce. Come on. Do it for Big Papa. Do it for Big Papa. And I'm going to go up here now for this target. Next one. Come on. Dude, I am singing big. If it hits right there, you guys are going to hear music like you've never heard before. You're going to hear music like you've never heard before if it gets up there. In a good way. In a good way. No, don't stop me out. Don't do. Okay. All right, maybe I'll try again, though. Let's see. Well, yeah. Well, unfortunately, random hero. Maybe it'll have to come another time. Change. You watch your mouth, boy. That's a lie. You lied to people by telling them to put in earplugs. You've done them a disservice. 15-minute is bear. Bear what? What does that mean? 15-minute is bear. Well, I say the 30-minute is a lamp. I heart lamp. Brick, are you just saying stuff randomly? A bear, yeah, like bear what? Like bear claws? Those are delicious. True. Well, he did say, to be fair to him, he did spell it B-E-A-R. So we know at least the animal. This is awesome. What's awesome? Good job, Dashner. See, here's the key to enjoying the live stream. Don't take life too seriously. Have a sense of humor. If you can do that, I think this place makes sense. That's my working theory, though. Don't take life too seriously. Have a little bit of a sense of humor. And then I think this place makes sense. Prices are going to break through the New York range after coming through the support. I mean, it's the 5-minute here. We're looking at quite the hammer. So we're at the lower part of the hammer, which is why I have zero interest in getting short right now. It doesn't mean a short can't work, but I'd be scared to get short down in that area. Good old man. I hope Mantool shows up again. That hurt my feelings. The last 2 words ever spoken by Mantools here was, "You suck." That was painful. Mantools. Wait, there it was. Fly, there's a fly. Jim, are you still here? Ah! I would have had him back in my younger days. My reflexes are just not what they used to be. Jim, are you still here? That's true. It could be worse, or like a wasp or something like that. Ooh, oil with a pullback. to the 21 EMA here. Well, I mean, I'm just letting the data explain. I mean, I couldn't get the fly. Oh, I wish Jim was still here. I can't remember who cooked him up, but it was one of the more savage mic drops. Last week, I think we were talking about like trading soybeans, and I was like, I don't even know the ticker for the contracts of soy. And one of you were like, it's ticker Jim. I was like, oh my goodness. I've been meaning to tell him about that. I don't know who that was of you, but I mean, absolute just savagery on your part. Like in a good way. Like if anybody deserves it, it's Jim. Was that you, Kyle? You did? Okay. Yeah. I mean, just pure, unbelievable. I'm going to tell him, I'm like, dude, get back in here. Come back into the chat real quick, period. I mean, of top 5 roasts, or I mean, of all roasts since the history, that's got to be easily in top 5. Maybe top 3. Oh, did he say he's on a Teams meeting? All right, Random Hero. Yeah, do what you think is best for you, brother. Oh, you're just making it up. Gotcha. What's cling from anyway? That's the cling trade, right? I feel bad about it, though. Like, if you get long and then the price starts going in your favor, you're like, oh, the bears are out. You know, they were living under bridges. Now cling. Something like that. I like the spank 'em trades better, though. Yeah. Those are my favorite. As of now, those are my favorite ones. Because that one is just so fun to say. Like, to so get excited. Oh, man. Maybe I can find one. But right now, we're just not quite there. But if Cleta shows up, whew, it's a good. Let the good times roll. Yeah, keep on fine tuning. Hey, time for a win? Yeah, hopefully you're making money too. All right, thank you, JP. I think we saw that news already, but I appreciate you making sure we saw it. Unless that's new. All right, Jim. So, dude, you got cooked up so bad last week. So bad. And I kept meaning to tell you, but I just want to tell you here in front of the person that did it to you. So last week, something we're talking about, I don't know, just trading crazy things. And something came up about soybeans. And I was like, oh man, yeah, I don't know. What's the ticker symbol for soybeans? And then Kyle is like, JIM. Ticker symbol JIM for soybeans. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. It's so true. And it's so mean towards you, but you deserve it. So, like, it just warmed my heart. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I've never, it was so mean. It was a mean thing to say, but it was so deserved. I understand those things don't seem like they go together, but if you knew Jim, you would understand they go together. Anyway, that's all I had for you, Jim. I wanted to share that with you because, I mean, I'd never seen someone get cooked as bad as you got cooked. Do you have any thoughts on that for Kyle? I mean, he's in the room. Do you want to address your accuser at all or no? Thoughts, comments, questions, suggestions for Kyle? What is this guy talking about? There's nothing to talk trading right now. We're in this little range. So I'm just trying to shoot the breeze, make sure I don't do something stupid. Oh, he's right. Wow. He just owned it. Crazy. It makes me want to kind of ban him, because if he ever comes at me like that, I would cry. I would cry. I didn't realize he was that mean. I don't know. Like, okay, so do I get short right here? Do I get long down there? And then just, is this like some sort of ATM machine that just showed up? Short, long, short, long. I might try something here. What would that be? Yes, I'm talking to myself. If I get short here, just throw my stop up over here. I don't know. I'm not totally convinced, but, well, I guess I should have been. Maybe. Are you short, AJ? Hi, beginner trader here. Just watched or just wanted to ask you what would be your biggest tip for a beginner trader. Biggest tip I would say is to trade, or assuming you want to be a day. Okay, I don't know what kind of trader, but assuming day trader, to focus on futures, specifically micro futures, and then to do it through a prop firm. That in and of itself is going to really help you keep your risk under control. Which, by the way, in and of itself is a strategy, right? Day trading futures through a prop firm is a day trading strategy. Sure, it's a broad one, but it is a risk management strategy in and of itself. So that would be a tip. Focus on day trading micro futures in a prop firm. Okay, where's your stop loss at, AJ? If you're short, where's your stop at as you play this range? Thank you, Reward. Yeah, I can't say that, or else people are just like, oh, of course you're going to say that. Again, that's where I push back. I disagree. The price per tick can get devastating. Yes, if you're using, which is, again, I'm making a very specific strategy. Micro futures in a prop firm, not micro futures with your own capital. Because sure, even a couple MGC could get devastating against your own capital. But if you're in a prop account, the worst that happens is you're out, $100 or whatever you paid for that prop account. Yes, if you are in a prop account, I reject the word devastating. There's nothing devastating about being in a prop account if something goes wrong. And if you would count a $100 loss as devastating towards your personal finances, there's other things you need to focus on within your personal finances. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. But yeah, this, I don't know. We got the bear pennant here. It's just, do I want to trust in the bear pennant? I do like myself a bear pennant. I'm going to try it. Short right. Oh, never mind. Yeah, it's getting hard. Okay, entry right there. If this keeps popping up, it's gonna put me in a weird. Yeah. All right. Back to the drawing board, I think. Never mind. Well, good. I'm glad I waited for confirmation, so no losing trades there. Yeah. So AJ just got stopped out. See, range trading is fun until it's no longer a range. Okay, Flash. Again, incorrect. Incorrect, Flash. That's the crap I'm talking about. People shopping for price and not rules or payout policy. No, that's a great way to create a sour taste in somebody's mouth because they get turned off by prop firms. It's like, man, those things have so many rules. They're scams. It's like, once you get a footing, fine. But for a beginner, no. Send a beginner to somebody with a very clean set of rules. There's no greater way to turn somebody off than to, again, Apex. Apex gets accused of being scammers. They're not scammers. Here's the problem. Beginners start off with them because of low priced. And then beginners are like, they get denied payouts, this, that. And they're like, man, Apex is a scam. Prop firms are a scam. It's like, no, you were just too new to the prop firms and just the rules got you. Which is why my argument is, once you get established as a prop firm trader, go to Apex because you're going to understand rules. You're going to have a way better idea of how everything works. But yes, when people shop for just based on price, that's how you send people to get a very bitter taste in their mouth. Okay, newbie, I'm about to lose my mind with you. Okay, I can't do it anymore with newbie. I got to put him in timeout. What is going on with him? It's just, what about their liquidity? There are no liquidity issues. Newbie, get off of Twitter. Stop reading what a bunch of, again, as somebody that's had many conspiracies thrown around about me, I have a certain place in my heart. More so on stock twits. I don't know if the theories and all that stuff, the conspiracies are, but like, dude. But that's the thing is, he's not a newbie. He's been around here forever. He knows better than to act. I don't know what happened to him. It's like almost like his account got hacked or something. Weird. Okay. Stop, all of you that are, you have all this experience. So yes, with their experience now looking back, it's just never mind. Some of you are so, it's not even worth, like, some people's ability to think in nuance is just not there. Again, why is there kind of a general consensus out there? Like, why does Apex kind of have a, like, because they're not, but beginners as a whole. I'm not talking about you. Well, for me, it's no, not for you. You're welcome. You want a cookie? You're the exception, not the rule. Okay, so this is where a lot of people, they don't understand the point of distinction, the nuanced thinking of things. You can't just have a prop firm. You can't just say, hey, what's the best prop firm? You've got to do this. You've got to do a little bit of nuance. Well, are you a beginner to the prop firm space or are you experienced in the prop firm space? That makes a massive difference. And then where people are directed, right? That's why I say beginners with take profit trader, clean set of rules, great payout policy. No consistency rule, no scalping rule, no scaling rule, no blah, blah, blah. Okay. But once you are experienced and if you want to do empire building, then sure. So that's the point of distinction that I don't think a lot of you are understanding. Is you're just saying, well, so-and-so is best. Or so, well, yeah, maybe, but is that person experienced or not? I appreciate people standing up for, well, no, they're, yes, for you, maybe the rules are totally black and white now. That's not, like, you are an experienced prop firm trader. Like, but imagine somebody that knows the amount of people that, like, struggle with take profit trader rules when they're actually very straightforward, and to think that they're going to go to Apex is like, holy smokes. Now, the nice thing with take profit trader is once you explain, like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But like, yeah, I should have stayed in. Yeah, well, we both should have bought Bitcoin at $10 a coin too. Well, that is a savage move because I can rightfully see people saying, okay, if it can clear through these highs, maybe we can find some momentum. And those people just, and they're thinking, okay, yeah, that's rough. Okay, I am back to potentially the bear flag at this point. In fact, I'm going to try to, Okay, I'm short. See if we can get this down through the trend line now. My stop is right there. First target is right there. Next target is down there in case there's some quick flash dump here. If it doesn't, then like I said, this is a breakdown or get out for me. Tight leash on this one. Not going to do any of this, so I'm going to put my stop way up there. Sure, I'll give myself a better chance of it working out because I might not get, chopped out. But if it doesn't work out, I'm just not willing to risk 45 points. Or do I just take the scalpy scalp here? Nope, I'm going to play for... Uh-oh. Come on, Bear Pennant, do your thing. Surely this has freaked out the bulls. I don't know. I'm starting to... Am I about to talk myself out of this and just scalpy scalp it? Am I? Come on. Come on. Come on. Hit me. There we go. That's a thing of beauty right there. I'll take that. Okay, let's make sure this is now a winning trade. So my stop is basically at break even. So either this thing is going to continue to break down or not. But I'm glad I got my first target hit. That's good. Okay, Flash, you are getting very close to just getting thrown into timeout. And this, my theory continues to hold true. I can tell who Flash's mentor is. I can tell he's part of that cult because he behaves as his mentor does in a very arrogant way. You're in a great position right now, as I said earlier. In other words, I told you so. We're coming down for that 24-133. He talks as if it's a guarantee. Again, I understand why, because I know who his mentor is, and his mentor is completely obnoxious like that. That's truly the biggest threat of being part of that cult. You present yourself in like this way, like you know what's going to happen. You don't say, I think it's going to go down there. You say, no, it's going down there. Which to anybody with a half a brain cell in trading, it's like, okay, yeah, why are you talking in this environment where there are no guarantees as if there is a guarantee? Yeah, I'm not going to name his mentor. His mentor likes to use 3 letters. There's the clue. My mentor is the market. Well, that's a bad mentor. Again, the guy's mentor is built upon the premise of he's constantly trying to set himself up for I told you so's. Yeah, exactly, Flash. So then just say you think. Stop talking as if it will happen. Because the mere fact you're not even in the trade shows that you don't even believe what you're saying. You're literally just flapping. In fact, yeah, I can't, yeah. At this point, we'll give him a timeout. I don't want to ban him. He seems like a good person, but we'll see if he wants to really consider what he's doing here. Running his mouth, and he's not taking any trades, he's just running his mouth. And he's running his mouth in a way that is like, no, we're going down to that level. Well, if that's true, then why are you not in the trade? The timeout method, I like it though. And by the way, like, who is this guy calling things a timeout? That's literally what YouTube calls it. Like, I'm not trying to be condescending to these people by saying I'm putting you in a timeout. That's quite like as a mod, when you click on it, it's like put user in timeout. That's what it's called. I got salmon cooking. I like salmon. I mean, it's just a masterclass in marketing. Okay, we have the overnight low here. We have all these lows of the candle. Like back in my day, like that was just called a support area, right? An area of support. But this person is using the big fancy lingo because it's all based on the premise that of perceived value, right? If you can call something a support versus some sort of super, like, it's like, oh, wow, that must be more legit. That makes me sound smarter. Therefore, it's just like, just keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Just call the thing a support, right? But that's what every textbook calls it. So I want to sound like more smarter. Yeah, thank you. I just say support and resistance. I don't know any. Yeah, exactly. There are definitely other terms for things. Well, that was really disappointing. I thought we were going to get a little bit of follow through. Okay, I might hop back in, but like, yeah, I thought the bear pennant was going to deliver. So I played it well enough per what happened in hindsight. But that is hindsight. Had that thing continue to... Well, no, I was positioned, so I would have taken advantage of it. Yo, put on CNN now. Why? Carlos, brother, we were talking about this in yesterday's live stream. About how, yeah, there was somebody that either had inside info or they just really got lucky. Okay, Jerry, that's a little bit of apples to oranges. You told us he was speaking about something about like almost like the end of the war or something like that. And then somebody's like, well, yeah, he is speaking, but he's speaking at some like award ceremony. So like, Jerry, like kind of a difference speaking about maybe the end of the war versus speaking at an award ceremony. Yeah, he is speaking, to be fair, but again, in the category of nuance, I think there's a little bit of nuance in there. You know what I'm saying, brother? This trend line actually surprisingly still doing work. I'm going to continue. If anything, the bear pennant has gotten that much more pronounced. So we got that across the top there, something down like that. Look at that big old bear pennant. Oh, and we're down at the bottom of it. Do I take this bear pennant short or no? Decisions. I think it's chasing now. I hesitated, chat. I hesitated. Did anybody take the bear pennant? Did anybody get in? I mean, you probably can't type right now. Is anybody... Oh, my... Give me a 2 if you actually took it. Anybody here actually take that short? Timbo did. Joke. AJ. Wig. Trucking. Johnny. HT. Batman. All right, good. At least some of you did. I think my chase would have been okay, but it's more like, try my best not to chase. That doesn't promote, obviously, good habits. Still, you can jump in now. Can I? Can I, Abdul? Well, where do I jump in, brother? And where do I put my stop, brother? Tell me. I took it, but held too long. Got stopped at break even. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, in the big picture, though, Jake, that sounds like a good habit. You gave the thing a chance to cook, and it just didn't work out this time. But there will be a time, because you give it enough wiggle room, where you're going to get a very nice move in your favor. So, yeah, I don't know if... I think that was I would still call that a good trade, Jake. The mechanics were there. It just didn't work. But you were positioned. You were ready. Had that thing really started to flush. The mechanics were there. So, I don't think you held too long. I think it just didn't work out. The only thing I like on CNN is Fear and Greed Index. Play the back test. Yeah, I could. Yeah, maybe I will look for something like that. Are you going to play it, Mark? Or are you just here yapping? Are you a yapper? Hey, if you're enjoying this in any way, shape, or form, if you don't mind hitting that like button, let's see if we can get this up to 300 likes. That'd be nice. So we'll see if there's 31 of you out there. Is there 31 of you that are enjoying enough to hit that like button? It helps. So if you don't mind hitting the like button, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I think I will look for a short on a back test. Something, something like this. Only if Mark's going to do it, though. Mark, are you going to play the back test? Mark is my spirit animal. I only do what he gives me approval for. Hey, Mike. More than likely. What a dirty rat answer that was. What a dirty rat. Who knew my spiritual animal was a dirty rat? Unbelievable. I may look for a good trade in Power Hour. Yeah, usually I'm done at Power Hour, so. Unless something really crazy is going on. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Name the movie. If you are a kid of the 80s or 90s, you better get that one. You better get that one. No, I didn't say what your fantasy movie was, Mark. I said what was the actual movie. Correct. Pocahontas. Oh, no. I only sing it once. Yeah, I like this. I'm not necessarily going to do a back test of the trend line, but right up around here seems kind of juicy. Going up is going to be a range. Oh, wow. Okay, I guess Ebert has a crystal ball. He knows the future here. Explain those lines, please. This is the trend line. This is the overnight low. This is the 21 EMA. That is the 50 SMA. Good, Rebel. That's what I like to hear. I mean, I don't know. All we know is somebody is seeking after the opportunity to say, I told you so, which is always sad when you learn about the psychology behind those kind of people. The lack of ability to self-validate. That is the psychology behind behind the people that set up the premise to be able to say, I told you so. They don't know how to self-validate. Going up, then down, then up, then down. It's so I know. So obvious. I'll say it. I told you so, but I never really said anything. I just want to say it. Well, there you go. There you go. A little bit of a different context, though. So which one? I'll take that one. My problem, as I've said before, is the people. Again, as people, we have to learn the skill of situational awareness, right? So, like right now, my daughter's 13. Like, she'll just like stand by adults as they're talking, like if there's no friends, and she doesn't have the situational awareness. Like that's awkward. So I tell her, okay, Joy, go read a book, go do something. But like adults are talking right now. Oh, okay. So like it's a learned skill, situational awareness. So like a lack of situational awareness on a live stream is when like you play the I told you so game. Because you are lacking the awareness that like there's always somebody that can say that to the live streamer. So therefore you just come across as totally obnoxious because you don't understand the awareness that like for every person that says the price is going to go up, somebody else is saying the price is going to go down. So no matter what happens, somebody's going to be like, I told you so. So I mean, it's just one of those things where that's what it boils down to too. It's just people don't, they don't quite understand the situation. I don't think I've seen that one, Southpaw. People, well, I mean, I would never. Yeah, yes, that's just keyboard warriorism. Like, I get it. But to be fair, some people make it sound like the internet is filled with like keyboard warriors, and I suppose that is possible, but that's not the case here. I mean, 97% of you are just, I would totally hang out with you in person. You seem completely normal. Yes, I also, the live stream is, again, I realize this is just one data set, but from my experience here, I also would push back and say anybody that makes it sound like the internet is filled with like keyboard warriors. No, I don't. That is not the impression that the chat here has given me. Like you guys, like I said, I think we have the best chat, and I'm sticking to it. When is the meetup? Well, unfortunately, there is that 3%. So yeah. Because Deadeye Dave, other people like the Dom. That's why, brother. And it doesn't meet my business premise that I'm working on. I mean, you can vote all you want, but it ain't gonna happen, brother. It's the 3% that stick. Yeah, exactly. That has a lot of categories there, Random Hero. Yeah, I'm not going to completely say that's wrong. Yeah, no, I think we have a really good community here. Overall culture, it's kind of it's like a built-in filter because now there's enough people that buy into kind of just the general attitude around here that helps self-correct. So like, sure, if you don't fit in, we're gonna come across as mean. But we're not mean. We're mean relative to what we want to establish. But I would argue what we want to establish is actually a good thing. Like people that just show up and yap and just say stuff just to say stuff. Like, okay, how's that productive in any way possible? It's not. Which is why man tools. He didn't last for. Oh hey, somebody. All right, that's the news thing. Well, who said what? Who said what, folks? Some people just open up your window. You hear that cracking noise? That's the sound of some people cracking walnuts right now. Who said what? Hey, come on, 7 more likes. And in fact, I'm just gonna say it right now. We need to get 7 more likes. Or I'm gonna cut it good because I clearly have not brought my A game at this point. We're 3 hours in. We should be able to have 300 likes by now. So now would be the time, if you want the party to keep on moving, to hit that like button. Stop, Paulo. Goodness. Paulo, whoever led you to believe in liquidity grabs, they have led you astray. That was a bit spicy. Yeah, that was almost a back to. Did it hit it exactly? Ooh, nope, not quite. And this is technically the people that are like, oh yeah, that was a stop loss hunt. Okay. The stop loss logically is right up here, right above these highs. Okay, I didn't mean to do it. Right, you have a high right here, a high right here. So from the short side, that is where, anybody that, reads charts like, okay, where would a, good grief, why can't I? Where would a short put their stop? Well, they'd want to get upside of all this congestion. They'd want to get above that high, that high, that high, that high, that high. It's like, okay, well, they didn't do a very good job of taking out the stop loss, because up there is where the stop losses would, and of course, there's some probably around here, but like, it's just, yeah. What was that spike? Probably some intern was told to go buy some contracts. And they put in an order like all at once and they marketed in. And they're getting yelled at right now. No, you idiot. This is Wall Street. You're supposed to scale in. You don't just hit the market buy order. Oh, hey, somebody. It's getting spicy out there. Yeah, Ori bought too many. I don't know. What's oil doing? All right, oil coming down. So this is something news. Somebody said something. Intern, yeah. Maybe the intern just got promoted. Dude, Timbo, you know it happens to you. Stop. Don't act like you never start speaking in a different language. U.S.-Iran may hold high-level talks as soon as Thursday. Way more, yeah. Whoa, hey, somebody. Look at oil is getting absolutely just crack. Oh, my goodness. Well, anybody that was playing this long is cooked. Right off of the VWAP, though. Past second eval of the day. Oh, nice job. Hey, cat boy. How come I always want to call you cat turd? Why is that? Every time I see cat boy trader, I just want to call him cat turd trader. Isn't there a Twitter guy with cat turd? Maybe that's where it's coming from. That seems very bizarre on my end. That like, why am I defaulting to cat turd when I see that dude's name? I think that might be why, though, isn't it? Okay, all right. So I'm not totally demented. Gotcha. From the kids. Okay. I was just very curious. Why do I default to that? But that does make sense. There is that person out on Twitter. All right. Thank you, everybody, for not making me think that I'm, like, losing my mind. I got kids. Okay, mods, open season on Edwin. Troll, so not a time. Ban. Edwin, Banhammer to Edwin. Which, open season on Edwin. Who got him? Ooh, Sokol. Fast. Wow, Sokol. Impressive. I haven't yet talked tinfoil. Yeah, we never really had an opportunity. Trucking for dividends. What are you doing? Why did you unhide him? Ban him again. All right, is this another short taking place here maybe? That's a big stop. That's a big stop if it doesn't work. So I better, yeah. This is whispering in my ear. Go short. Go short. The problem is if I get short here, just call it 30 and my stop is up there. That's a 25-point stop. I don't want to take a 25-point stop at this point. Oh, nice, Carlos. I had that yesterday. I traded, what did I do? I traded CL instead of MCL. Junior, I like that analogy. That's good stuff. Edwin does seem like kind of the weird, well, I mean, because he's part of the 3%, that something's just not quite. I could see him creating another name and coming back. So maybe Mods will get another chance. We'll see. Hey, I appreciate the encouragement there, Philly. See, even our mods encourage one another. All right, good. I'm glad I did not go short there because it was just... Yeesh. I did, yeah, Carlos. Yep. It happens. Sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worse. Where you think you're on the micro and you're on the midi, and then, like I said, you're either crying or you're... I guess you're crying. It's just, are you crying tears of joy or tears of, like, horror? Oh wow! Now back. This is all over the place. This sort of action at this point in the day, I got to be careful of. I've been here before. I've been here before where you get this kind of spicy action, and then you just take a couple where because of these big swings, I mean you're being disciplined and you're cutting losses, but because of these big swings, the losses are actually kind of big, and then you're like, well, doggone it, let me try again, and then before you know it, you're spinning out of control. Now, I'm not saying you, as a viewer, are going to do that. I'm just trying to explain why I'm a little hesitant right now. I've seen this rodeo before, and for me, I can see where it ends. How many years I've been trading? I got involved in the markets in 2006. I did not start off as a trader, though. I don't know when I made the transition from penny stock investor to like trader, but I got involved. So a while. I'll put it that way. Then trade it. Yeah, I know. That's true. Well, Clay, if you're worried about losses, well, then just take a winning trade. Oh, that's good advice, actually. That's true. If you're scared about taking a losing trade, well, then just take a winning trade. Fair. That's fair enough. You tell UFOs that they were in government is chaos. Yeah. I have just... Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily... And I'm not... Nam, I realize you're just copy and pasting the news, but... I see orders building up at 24,300. Okay, so what are you going to do with that information? Are you getting short there, long there, AJ? What are you going to do with that information? Okay, Nam, I appreciate it, but if you're like copy and pasting entire articles, you don't have to do that. If you want to just give us headlines or like tweets, I think I'm appreciative of that. But at this point, it's almost like you're copying and pasting an entire article, which I appreciate, but that's maybe a little too much. But yeah, thank you for at least the headlines there. Okay, then short. So you're getting short where? You're getting short at 24,300, AJ? This has been wild, and as I was just explaining, oh my god, oh good, oh wait, no, okay, that's oil. I thought I was looking, or did gold get pretty wild? You know, all things considered, gold is kind of boring. I mean, we've been watching price go everywhere, and gold's kind of just, nothing too crazy. So that's interesting. The action now is not helping either way. All right. Okay, well, as soon as you get into a trade, AJ, let us know, and then let us know where your stop's at. That way we can track and see how things go. For sure. All right. I like a man that's willing to publicly disclose stuff with his trade plans. None of this trust me, bro, trade plans. What's a trust me, bro, trade plan? Where somebody shows up and they're like, yeah, Clay, or chat, I got long there and I just took profits there. It's like, okay, I mean, maybe, to be fair, maybe. But this is also the internet where people just kind of say stuff. So yeah, but it's way better if you tell us ahead of time that you're getting long there, and then we can watch all that happen. It's like, wow, okay. Gold made the move earlier in the day. Yeah, it did make some moves earlier in the day. The internet, yeah, that's true. Anything on the internet is true. Fair point. I failed to fix correct stop loss. How can I fix it? Well, you gotta find logical spots to put your stop loss. Stop losses need to be logical. I nearly went long. My rules are preventing me from getting... Well, why don't... Long where? Like, your rules preventing you from getting long here or here? Because one of those things is not like the other. Took too big of an L to start, slowly chipping back. Yeah, Jake, like I said, this one right here, you were positioned well. One of these will pay at some point. Long where it's at? Okay, gotcha. But they say logic does not work in the market. Well, yes, nothing works all the time. But there is still a structure to things, right? And that's what logic is. Logic is structure. If I'd gone long where it's at, my stop would have been right above where... Gotcha. Noted. I am getting closer and closer to maybe taking a swing at it from the long side if it breaks up through here. But I'm not totally convinced. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that line right there. Not totally convinced yet on that one. I'm up $700 for my first trade this morning. I've not traded again because you haven't seen any good setups, or just because you hit. Why not? Let me ask you that. That'd be a better question, rookie. Why not? Why have you not taken any more trades? Gotcha. Makes sense. Oh, you're scared. What are you scared of? Yeah, this one, or do I just try a long down here? Yeah, I'm going to take a swing. Try to play back test of the purple line. If that green line turns blue, I'm in. I'd love to see a hammer here. I'd love to see a hammer. I'd love to see a bit more of a hammer. I'll take that scalpy scalp. Thank you. Come again. All right. Nice little scalpy scalp there. Oh, Trump's talking right now? Trump on podium. Oh. What's the difference between scalping? What do you mean? What's the difference? I guess I would say MQ probably moves a little quicker than MES, but I'm not sure if that exactly answers what you're asking. Trump will start to speak. I'm up $30 past my buffer. Probably take the rest of the week off just to stare at it. In your pro account, you are, you mean? I'd be interested in maybe another long down here, but now knowing that Trump's about to speak, that makes it a little sketchy. Trump is speaking now. Yes, pro. Well, hey, good job, Pickles. Congrats. So now you have to take the question: are you taking that $30? Or are you going to leave it in there to build buffer? Go long before Trump speaks. You think he's going to say something, sends the markets up? He is only at the podium to swear in Mullen. Okay. I have no idea. We have Tim saying he is talking now. And then Scary Drawdown says he is only at the podium. You're in. No. If I was in, one of these numbers would be moving around. So I'm not in. He's talking. Okay. Sounds like Scary Drawdown. He is actually talking. But to be fair to you, you said that a while ago. So maybe at that point he wasn't quite, but now he is. Maybe go along with a tight stop. Okay, again, this is, for those of you that are literally, I mean, that's just, and I'm not saying necessarily wrong because hopefully it's in a prop firm, but I mean, that's just gambling at that point. I'm going long because I hope Trump says something good. Okay. You are gambling on what Trump has to say. Okay, Carlos. You can't take little pot shots like that. Like, okay, fine. We now know you don't like the guy. Fine. Keep it objective. Economics, the president, that stuff, it is relevant to Harris trading. But I'm not looking to send the chat off into a tizzy of this or that. So just keep it objective. And I would say the same thing for the other side of the aisle. If you don't like somebody, you can keep that to yourself and still talk about them in a relevant way. So for all of you that are saying Trump is talking, fantastic. That whether or not you like the guy, you just saying Trump is talking, that would be a very middle of the road, let's keep it business thing to say. Hakeem Jeffries is talking. Great. Whether or not you like the guy, doesn't matter. You just saying that Hakeem Jeffries is talking, that's a good middle of the road way to say it. I have no clue where this thing goes. Yes, neither do I. That's why I'm kind of just observing right now. What did you miss? Not a whole lot right now. I guess I take that back. This was actually pretty spicy because this shot up, then came all the way back down, and then all of a sudden shot all the way up. So yeah, this right here actually got kind of spicy now that I think about it. Yeah, trader's life, like that, and that's why I say it's not really it's just a gamble at that point. Is there any news platform? You don't need a news platform. Are you asking, like, in what sense, Rookie? Maybe what you're actually asking is just for an economic calendar. Hey, good morning, Snarf. Where are you located? Where you're saying good morning? Where is it in the world where it's still morning? Sorry, new here, but you seem a little tilted now. I don't think so. I would agree that as I described, I don't know, 10 minutes ago, I've seen these rodeos before where I could see myself losing it, but I think the mere fact I've recognized that suggests I'm not tilted. But I don't know. Maybe we have different definitions of tilted, to be fair. It's 1:14 a.m. here. Where? Did you say where? I recognize the name. Aren't you in like Thailand or something? Would I consider that a bull flag on the 1 minute? Without looking at the 1 minute, if it looks something like that, if you can do something like that with it, then yeah, I'd call that a bull flag. Thailand, look at that. Dude, I nailed it. Man, my memory is weird sometimes. How did I remember that you're in Thailand? I don't know. West Coast? I don't know. That's a spicy topic. Is 11:15 a.m. still morning? To me, that's early afternoon at that point. Or late morning. I don't know. That's a spicy one. Some people are already eating lunch at 11 a.m. I mean, that's a topic that could create fistfights. Is 11:15 a.m. still morning? Hot take. It is. Straight up hot take. All right, maybe along here. I got this market right where it wants me. Oh, okay. Thanks, Fum Trader. Maybe you should learn some price action. This is a little awkward. Does anybody want to tell him what a candlestick is telling us? This is a little awkward for me. Does anybody else want to share with the fella? What a candlestick is showing? This is awkward, folks. This is very awkward right now. It's like watching a baseball game. The guy's swinging a bat, and the guy, it's like you might want to use a bat when you hit the ball. Okay, so there we go. He's been here before. So why do you have to lie? Why do you have to say you're new here? Like, if you're clearly not new. You're here under a new name. So why'd you lie? I don't understand. Are you Eddie? I bet you're Eddie. Imagine telling somebody that's got candlesticks on their screen, you might want to consider using price action. I mean, at least be good at trolling. At least be good at it. Well, you made me smile in like just a pity kind of way. Are you Eddie? Well, then who are you? What was your former name? What do we got oil up to? Right now, struggling with the overnight low, or I'm sorry, overnight high, and that purple line, which is the 50 period. So I don't know. Yeah, what other names do I know you by? Oh, all right. We're getting some spice here. Okay, so you're not going to tell me the names. Gotcha. Okay. It's just, I don't know. It's weird how people yeah. I'd love to like interview somebody like that. Be like why do you I don't, it's just a weird thing to me. The thought of behaving somewhere that would get you banned and then continually coming back, like what value is there in that? At the end of the day, it is rooted in just like a self. They're very self entitled people, right? Because when they're sitting here trolling and doing all this stuff, they're not actually serious. Ultimately, they are taking from that person's time, which takes from all of your times. But they think it's ultimately funny to waste other people's time, right? Which is why, in all actuality, you should always try to be on time, because when you're not on time, you start to waste somebody else's time. And given that time is the most valuable commodity, that's what I really don't like about trolls is there's such an inherent self-entitled attitude that it's rough. And the thing is, what makes it sad and even worse is they think it's funny. They think it's funny to waste other people's time, which is so sad. Self-defeating behavior, attention starved. Yeah, it's at the root. It is the most one of the not the most. Well, I'd say one of the most savage forms of self-entitlement. Because for your own enjoy, you feel self-entitled for your own enjoyment if that means wasting other people's time. When you're early, you're on time, and when you're on time, you're late. Yeah, that's why I try to keep it. Is just be on time. Hey, Ask a Guy, good to see you. Yeah, usually I'm probably a little bit more. It depends, but yes, broadly speaking, I'm a little bit more aggressive with prop for or with the test accounts. I like turtles. I like the Ninja Turtles. Gold at the previous session close. Trying to push up through there. Oil just kind of chopping around. Time's an illusion that lives in. That's so true. Okay, Ironclad. Tomorrow, I want you to be back with your prop account opened, and I want to hear and you'll be saying how great futures are compared to what you've been doing. Yeah, chop suey time for sure. Chop suey. Okay, gold pushing up through. Just bring it over. What's interesting here on gold is that purple line, 50 period simple moving average. The last time it's gotten up around it, you can see here, a little tricky from the long side at least, because there's been 2 fake breakouts. So anybody that's, tried to actually buy the breakout of that area has been fooled. But yeah, from a short standpoint, could be interesting right there. Gold shorts at 44.17. I don't know, maybe. Is that what you're looking to do, Denman? Yes. Where's your stop loss going to be? So entry at 44.17. We'll round up to 44.18. Where's your stop loss going to be, brother? $44.35 on GC or MGC. That's got to be MGC. GC, that's a big old stop. That thing will castrate you before you can say castrate me, please. Fee-fi-fo foam. I smell the... Ooh, all right. Question answering right now? Yeah, that could definitely get spicy. I mean, what am I trying to say here? No disrespect meant towards whatever ceremony he's at, but you got to think that the reporters there probably don't care about the ceremony. They're probably caring about other things, if you know what I mean. So I could see him asking about that. Got an email from a no-name prop firm. I can get a 1K account for one. Okay? Somebody's already doing it. Somebody stole her model. Somebody stole her model. The fee. Let's feast upon people that shop for prop firms based on price, not rules or payout policy. There it is. All right, here. All right. Okay, getting a little spicy here. Instant funded too. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a scam at all. Not even a little bit. What was that yellow line? Because it literally just rejected right off it. Yeah, I don't remember why I put that yellow line there. Maybe it had something to do with the high right here. I don't know. That was weird. That was crazy. All right, very important part of the stream here to share with you how we can keep things moving. So yes, if you are enjoying, if you have enjoyed, and you want to ensure the stream continues, as of now, this is totally viewer supported, no sponsorships. So this is actually still a very, very important part. Someday, it'd be great. Everything's sponsored. Who cares if people use code Clay? But as of now, that's not the case. So to be very brutally business honest with you, got to use code Clay, all caps. I recommend Take Profit Trader. So whether you're a beginner, prop firm trader, or experienced, I think Take Profit Trader needs to be part of your empire building But here are some other prop firms for those of you that are maybe at different spots in your journey and you just want to help support. Code Clay, all caps, within these prop firms gives you whatever the current deals are there. So save yourself some money, support a live stream that you like, and like I said, that is the epitome of, I would argue, a win-win for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and call it good. On your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. If we get 9 more people, that'd put us up to 350 likes. That's quite respectable. So if there's 9 of you on your way out, if you don't mind hitting that like button, that would be great. But yeah, Code Clay, all of these, with any of these prop firms, I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Usually I show up early. So if you do want to know exactly when I go live, then make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And that, like I said, you'll be notified as soon as I do hit the airways live. But overall, kind of a weird day today. I'll take it. But I don't know. A little bizarre, but I won't complain too much about it. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Like I said, Code Clay, all caps, from these prop firms. I appreciate it. It helps support the stream. Feed some hungry kids. Use Code Clay. And it's going to a good cause. So take care, everybody. Have a good one. I'll see you back tomorrow.